So now we're officially recording for the Whiskey and Root Beer podcast.
We are officially recording.
I don't know what else to say.
I don't know.
It's like, hey,
Episode 1.
Episode 1.
The seed has been planted.
Are you gonna turn in that one dude from Explore with us right now, or David Hayter?
Oh my God.
As you were saying.
Well, we have no idea what to do.
No.
What to talk about. We have no idea what direction we're heading in.
No, not at all.
We're just doing something.
Exactly. And
seeing where it goes.
well, shit. Let's start by talking about how your day went, because all I did was fucking work. But you've been going on an adventure today.
What did I do today? Went and picked up some bud. Went and picked up some Chick-fil-A. Yesterday was busy. Yesterday is when I was working on my car.
You know, I am surprised that you actually eat Chick-fil-A.
I got lemonade.
That's all you got from Chick-fil-A?
That's all I got was lemonade. I really like lemonade.
I just don't see you as a Chick-fil-A supporter. I'm not calling you the Antichrist, but, you know.
They're alright.
I don't really do. I never really liked Chick-fil-A. And it's nothing to do with their religious views. I don't know. There's plenty of better chicken places out there, but people seem to act like Chick-fil-A's the shit.
They got good lemonade.
Don't they hand make that?
Good mac and cheese.
I don't like mac and cheese, so I couldn't comment on that one.
Missing out.
Nah, I think I'm good. You know, only time I eat mac and cheese is whenever it's at like Thanksgiving or something, because that's like a basic Thanksgiving food. I think. Did the Pilgrims have mac and cheese back then?
I don't know what the Pilgrims had.
Oh, apparently they had mac and cheese.
You know what the Pilgrims didn't have?
Turkeys. Evan Williams.
They didn't have Evan Williams.
The whiskey of
they
choice.
They did not have today's whiskey.
Did they even have whiskey when they came over here? I feel like, somebody probably snuck over some.
They were Pilgrims. They probably didn't drink.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
I don't think they drank alcohol.
Dude, that's lame. Imagine coming over to a new country
and not being able to get fucked up.
Yeah, you gotta work all day. You gotta set up houses. You got mills, all that, and you can't fucking drink. I couldn't do it. But they apparently could.
What's going on in the world? Oh, we went to Thailand. We recently went to Thailand.
Oh, yeah, we could definitely talk about how Thailand was.
We can talk a lot about Thailand. We did a lot of shit in Thailand.
Talk about how people keep getting, not really kidnapped, but, when we're walking down their party streets and people just come out and grab you. I think I got almost kidnapped 2 or 3
Several
times.
Yeah, several times.
And then it only worked once?
Yeah, only once you were not able to catch back up.
Are you talking about the first time? Because I was talking about...
No, the first time you caught back up. Because the first time was when Katone was trying to teach us how to walk through the streets and just, keep walking, and when somebody tries to stop you or something.
Yeah, it didn't teach me shit.
Just ignore them. He was in the middle of, saying that when you were stopped and started being talked to, and then he was like, just keep walking.
You guys just left me.
He was like, don't worry, Jordan will catch up. He was like, Jordan will catch up. Don't worry, just keep walking.
Yeah.
Look ahead, and anytime someone tries to talk to you, just keep walking.
Try to drag me into a ladyboy bar, you assholes. Just
and
left
all
me.
of a sudden, you come up from the back, and you're like, oh, you fucking cunts. And I turn around, and I see you there. And then, I turn back to see you, and then as soon as I look forward, Katone, this chick, like a hawk.
Oh, I thought she said that.
She just fucking swooped out of nowhere, grabs Katone, and just, pulls him to the side. And then I look back at Katone, and then you just, power walk through, and you're like, nah, fuck y'all. Y'all kept walking. And then you just kept fucking going. And so I'm stuck there, in between having to turn back and go get Katone, or, keep going with you. And then we walk, a few more feet, and then we get fucking pulled into that fucking bar.
I couldn't even call that a bar.
That was it wasn't really a strip club, but it wasn't a bar.
See, that's what I've told people. I don't know what to call it, because it's like you walk in there and it's like
a gentleman's club, I guess.
Yeah, because they had the poles and it had women dancing, but they weren't stripping or nothing.
Yeah, no, they were dancing and stuff, but they weren't taking their clothes off.
It was crazy, honestly, to think about it, because it was really strange. I don't know, because it's such a small factor club.
It was very small in there. It was packed in pretty tight.
But I mean, I can only imagine how. I mean, we went. That was a Monday?
That was like a Monday or a Tuesday.
That was our first day there, right?
Yeah.
So that was like a Monday, and it's just this party street. And I mean, it was still probably pretty, early? It was only like 10?
It was only, oh shit, it wasn't even nighttime.
Yeah, so it was
I'm pretty sure the sun was just starting to go down, so it's probably like 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Fuck, was it that early?
Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty early.
Yeah.
I feel like we went there later.
We did everything.
Not later.
We did everything all day, every day. For a fucking week and a half.
Yeah.
We woke up at like 9:30 or 10. We were out of the hotel. No later than like, I think 11 was the latest we left one after. Like,
yeah,
one
usually
morning.
so. We were there.
11 was the latest we ever left, and that was like one day. We were usually leaving after it's like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, and then getting back. Like what?
Shit.
6, 7 in the evening, taking like an hour break.
If even on some days.
Yeah.
Because well,
Get
we
back and then hit the fucking streets for the fucking nightlife, and then getting back to the hotel at like 2, 3, 4, 5.
Because it depended on where we went too. Because sometimes we had to Uber back, use their Grab to get back to the hotel. Because sometimes we
rode that
take
train
the train.
way the fuck away.
That's usually why we needed to do that. That'd be late, and we'd be out, and we'd be drinking stuff.
Yeah,
and
because
20 minutes away from the hotel, which
Thailand
or something
has
longer.
public transportation that actually fucking works.
Well, we don't have. Well, we do have a
well.
train service around here, but that's like just downtown, and it's probably not even that good. I've never been on it, so I can't talk shit.
Yeah.
At least it does. I hear New York's trams or subways smell like piss, so at least Thailand's is pretty clean.
The fucking buses in downtown smell like piss.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of public transportation.
One time
never
when
been
I
on.
lived in Austin, somebody had told me something about the buses there, and they were like, "Oh, like you ride like you can stand like ride the buses," and I was like, "Yeah, it's not that bad." I was like, sometimes somebody's loud, or like there's like a hobo or some shit, like
Is that really how it is?
I mean, like, every once in a while, like, but, like, sometimes it's just, like, people have, like, babies or something, or, like, sometimes there's, like, the drunk asshole, or, somebody's just, like, wanting to be loud every once in a while.
Nobody's a baby in Thailand.
Somebody was telling me that, like, they smell.
They're all grown men and women.
And one morning I was on my way to work, and I got on this bus, and it literally smelled like, instead of cleaning the bus with, like, cleaning spray, it was just like filled with piss. Like,
maybe they cleaned it with piss.
It was like every seat in the bus was saturated with fucking urine. Like, you got on and it just immediately, like, it literally smelled like piss. Like, just immediately.
I just don't understand.
And it was the whole way. I walked all the way to the back of the bus. I was like, maybe it doesn't smell that bad.
Wait, now, hold on. Were these like long range buses, or were these just
public
like
transportation buses?
Like just around the city?
Yeah.
People
they would run. So this bus that I took ran from Austin's like little metro rail. It had like 15 or so stops, but some of the stops were at these like little like bus hubs. Like you go like you get dropped off at the train and then catch a bus, or like fucking carpool. Like one of those little kind of interchange stations. And so, like, I was riding the city public transportation bus.
But yeah, I couldn't do that.
Like, the one that goes around, like, frequently. And, like, it smelled like piss. Like, bad. And, like, it was the first time I had ever encountered that. Like, I had ridden many buses, and, like, none of them were, like, bad.
I guess
like
it's
that.
just being able to hop on a bus and take a quick piss and then get off.
I mean, apparently some people have, like, shit on them.
Because that's terrible. Those buses don't have restrooms in them, right? Because they're just short-range buses.
Yeah, no, it's not like a Greyhound bus. It's...
I mean, you think it'd be nice to hop on a small, like, short-range bus and just go take a piss real quick, like, on your way to your couple stops.
That'd be terrible. Could you imagine how much shit would be smeared on the walls of that bathroom?
Well, it might need to.
Somebody would do it. Somebody would do it.
Oh yeah, no, you have to switch out the buses throughout the day while they get cleaned. Yeah, I don't want it to be like a porta potty in a bus.
That's exactly what would happen though.
People shit on the walls. I went to
Animals.
Swamp Donkeys the other day, and their stuff's pretty clean. I mean, so both the men's porta potties were taken, and so I was like, oh shit. So because they had ladies only on two of them, and they were like, one was men's, one was ladies, one was men's, one was ladies.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, fuck it, I gotta piss, so I'm gonna go in the ladies one. Yeah, it's 2023. I identified as a woman at that point in time for like about a minute. But I went in there, and in the ladies' porta potty, there was shit on the walls, and I was just like, huh.
Damn.
But I know also that a lot of women tell me that they don't squat in restrooms. They squat.
Method.
They hover.
You
Yeah.
gotta use a hover method.
They don't sit. I've only done that once when I went to a campsite toilet, and it was just terrible.
I'll do the hover method sometimes.
In a public restroom?
Yeah.
Like,
if it's bad enough, you raise the seat so that way you don't have to worry about any casualties caught in the crossfire, and you widen the bowl so you just because if you leave the seat down,
you widen the bowl.
Because if you leave the seat down when you're hovering,
the tactics.
You're like, I mean, you could accidentally shit on the seat, and you don't want to do that. So you raise the seat up and you just hover over it.
Yeah, no, I think I usually just clean the fuck out the toilet seat. I wipe the fuck out of it.
I mean, sometimes there's no time.
Well, if it's that bad, then yeah. And I mean, most of the time you're going to use a public restroom. For most people, it's got to be that. It's got to be an emergency. You got to eject real quick. But I usually just,
Not me.
I feel it coming, and I'm like, all right, let me get in there with enough time.
9 times out of 10, I'm taking the hover method on that one.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Except, I didn't hover method at all in Thailand.
They got clean toilets.
I didn't hover method not one time.
Well, any restroom I went into where I had to take a shit, it was clean. Yeah, but
it's every bathroom we went into was like Buc-ee's.
Most of the time, I was like, all right, let me make sure I get this out before we go adventure, because I don't want to have to take the chance. Like that reggae bar we went to, that restroom was terrible.
Oh, it was?
You didn't go in there?
I don't think so.
Oh, it was bad.
I got high as shit and just drew in my schedule.
Oh, yeah, you didn't drink over at that one, yeah.
No, I didn't really drink when we were
Me and Katone
I went hard like night 3, and then I woke up with that hangover, and I was like, I'm done drinking.
I remember that,
and so I pretty much just stayed smoking weed. I'd have a beer or a drink with y'all, but no, I don't think I drank more than like 2 to 3 drinks.
What night was that? Was that when we went to that party street? No, because I think that was day 2. Maybe that was day 3.
You talking about the one that's like 2 kilometers long?
That's
just like fucking non-stop parties.
There was a lot of them that were like that.
Where we sat next to that chick that looked like Britney.
Yes.
No, I did not get super fucked up. That
was like the second or third day.
That's where I found that little.
No, the community of
that's where that little it was like a food court in a mall, but it was just a bunch of dispensaries and like head shops and spots where you could buy edibles, and it was just like a smoker's lounge. Like you could literally just like chill, and they had ashtrays on all the tables, and it was just like 2 seats per little table, and just like a little smoke lounge.
That's still insane to me.
Chill and I met somebody down there that was just hanging out and chilling because all their friends drank, and they were like, I don't really like drinking, and it's kind of wild and loud and crazy out there. I don't feel like smoking out there, and I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I was like, I don't feel like drinking today, but my friends do, so I came here to get high.
Because when you did that, me and Katone, we sat down at that, I think it was called Empire.
Yeah.
It was like on both sides of the street.
Yeah.
And we got
that's where I met that one dude. And I remember, so we were in Bangkok for a couple nights, and then we went to Pattaya.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ran into that one dude that we wound up talking to for like 10, 15 minutes.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
What dude? What did he look like?
He's that Indian dude.
Indian dude.
And he was wearing like a nice button-up shirt.
It sounds familiar. I don't remember him.
Oh,
Wait, this
yeah.
was in Pattaya or was that?
So we ran into him in Bangkok and I ran into him in Bangkok when I was trying to meet y'all. So after that Smoker's Den closed,
I remember you
I was
telling me.
walking on I was on my way back to the bar.
That was in Walking Street where you were talking about how you'd seen the guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then we were on Walking Street, and then I fucking walked by him, and then he wound up talking to Catone for like another 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, because I think while you were talking to him, I was talking to the Russian dude. The one that was like, hey, can I bum a cigarette? And I think all we...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, we
and
didn't
I
have
don't even
regular
think they were
cigarettes.
together, because that one dude had another friend whenever we saw him in Bangkok, and then...
He might have just inserted himself into the conversation.
I don't know.
And it just... Because I think he saw that you had the cigarettes on the side of your backpack, and so he asked. But no, he was standing there for a minute before he asked, but I don't know.
Everybody was fucked up on that street, so no.
Well, it's a street to get... I almost got kidnapped on that street, too, and you guys wouldn't have noticed. Because I was walking behind you guys, and I was walking behind you. This, like, I don't know, maybe like 4'5", probably shorter than that. Thai girl comes up, and I say come up, but I didn't even see her because I was like
snuck
walking.
up.
She grabbed my
arm.
arm.
She rolled a 20 and just.
Yeah. No, she grabbed my arm by like about the elbow, and she pulled like, I can't say it was all there, might have been, and it's just like, oh no, thank you, and then
like,
I broke free, and then. I walked like 2 steps, and then she grabbed me again, and I was like, oh my God. But luckily she gave up after that. Yeah, I was about to start screaming for help on that. But you guys wouldn't have noticed. I thought it was pretty funny how we went.
Yeah, that's like when we were on them fucking scooters.
People were asking me. I had Eric. She had asked me. She's like, "Did you go see the ping pong show?" And I was confused at first. I was like, "The ping pong show?"
Yeah, that dude came up and he had that little. He had that infographic
they shoot
where we could buy all the stuff.
The pongs out the vaginas, right?
Yeah, and they put the ping pong balls in there.
And I was like, no.
Yeah, that dude. We had several guys walk up to us with the little sheet. It was like it's like a menu. You just like buy whatever you wanted, and they had like all the different shows you could go to.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I thought about doing it, but then Katone was like,
it's not worth it.
Yeah, he was like, I mean, if you really want to do it, like then fucking do it. But he's like, it's not worth the money.
Gonna sit there in like a small audience or something, and you just watch some girl.
I guess we'll find out next time we go.
Ping pong out of it. I was curious too, but I don't think I was gonna pay for it. I don't think I really need to see a ping pong ball get shot out of a vagina, but you never know. It might be life changing.
I have to see that.
The ping pong ball get shot out of a.
Yeah.
What were the other ones?
I don't even remember.
That's how curious.
Because there was a bunch of pictures, but like the lighting was terrible. Like they were
just
printed,
waving it around.
They were printed on like regular like fucking inkjet printer paper, and like they had clearly like somehow gotten like sullied underneath the fucking plastic sheets they were in, because there was like ink spots, like you could tell like the ink was running.
It's a bunch of sweaty guys that grab the paper like,
oh,
you're telling me you have this?
Oh I can see this today.
Get me in there. How much? I'll pay you whatever. Just goes to the fucking ping pong show. No, that was it was an intense, probably one of the most intense streets, because it's called Walking
That was Street. Literally the most.
It's one of the prominent streets in Pattaya.
Streets of just anything. There was bars. There was like club style partying.
And then we went in that place and I got a hot dog with some red wine.
Yeah, and then you can get fucking hot dogs.
That was pretty great. That was a good hot dog. I wasn't even gonna get anything from there, but we went in there. Oh, Katone needed to use a restroom.
Somebody needed to use the bathroom, and you can't just go in there and use the bathroom.
Katone needed to use the restroom, so he went in and he's like, "All right, we're gonna order something." And so I was like, "All right."
I was high as shit. I was like, Katone, I don't want anything.
Yeah, I didn't want anything either, but I saw they had like that hot dog, and I saw they had some red wine. I was like, I'm gonna be fancy as fuck right now.
Hot dog and red wine.
So I got a hot dog and red wine, and then, I had to use the restroom too after that, so it worked out, you know. But because after that we didn't even do anything. We just kind of
just walked up and down the street.
Walked out, but I think Katone was tired, because like we got out of the street, and then we got.
They did after, because we stayed for like. Because almost 40, maybe 50% of the street was doing after hours? Cause they were running that shit. Cause we stayed on the street until like 5:30.
No, not on Walking Street.
Oh,
In Bangkok.
oh yeah. I
In
thought we were still
Bangkok.
talking about that clubbing street.
Oh,
We're talking about
no.
Walking
I
Street?
was talking about Walking Street. Because that's where the
Oh.
ping pong things were. I didn't see any in Bangkok when we went to that other big street. That was all clubs and like outdoor clubs.
Yeah.
And that did you go in that? You didn't go in that flooded restroom, did you?
There's a flooded restroom.
Yeah, no. So that bar that we went to and we got the tower at and stuff, and we were chilling, drinking. That's the one we saw that girl look like.
Oh
Britney at.
yeah, no, yeah,
That
no. The whole
restaurant-
time y'all were there, I was in that little.
Well, cause you met up with us later.
We didn't.
You you met up with
Yeah,
us.
but y'all had already finished that. By the time I got there, y'all. I
Yeah,
think
we
were
finished
down. Y'all were down to bottles.
Yeah, we were doing
Y'all
the
had
bottles.
y'all had already had bottles.
But the thing
'cause-
is that we would go and you'd go in the restroom and it was flooded.
like the floor had like,
The toilet was overflowing constantly.
just in a constant state of the water's running.
Yeah,
and
and
it's
so
just
there's
going
like-
out of the pot.
Yeah, there's like a 2-inch drop to get into the restroom, and the toilet was just constantly running, so it was coming
So there's
out.
standing water.
The
just,
standing piss water that that you had to stand in to use the
I
restroom.
just pissed through the door. I literally just held that door open and just fucking pissed on the floor.
Well, you know, when I first went in there and I was like,
That's
oh,
where it's going, anyways.
yeah, so I peed in peed in the toilet bowl still, and of course it just ran all over the floor. And so the next couple of times there was a drain, and when you walked in behind you to the right, I just walked over to the drain and pissed in the drain. But I mean, I'm pretty sure that there was still plenty of people's piss I was stepping in. Yeah, it was not a pleasant restroom.
Yeah, and I wore my Crocs pretty much exclusively.
Yeah, you wouldn't have stepped in
I
there
would
in your
not.
Crocs.
I'm telling you.
You would have looked over there and just
I'd
pissed
have
in the
held
door.
that door open and just fucking pissed.
Somebody would have been
Fuck
looking
it.
down the hallway at you like, what the fuck's that dude doing?
Hey, come look.
This fucking toilet's busted, man. I don't know who did this, but there's water all over. Yeah, no, it was a good 2.5 or so inches of standing piss water in there. Luckily, nobody took a shit, but I wouldn't have been I wouldn't have gone in there at all if I saw that.
Turds.
Probably would have been all, murky
No.
waters. I don't know what's in that damn
Dun-dun.
water. Yeah. Jaws, the turd is going to creep up on my boots. It'd creep up on your Crocs for sure.
That's crazy. It's funny because the dirtiest bathroom I saw the
Was that
entire time we
airport?
were there was that airport
He
one.
took a picture
The
of
very first bathroom I saw was the worst one, but it was this one that was just like off in the middle of fucking nowhere in the darkest depths of the fucking airport.
You gotta have the rest of the airport
And
look clean, and then
It looked
people
like
go down the wrong.
it looked like
hallway.
somebody entered a chili for a chili competition and used like a toilet as like their mixing pot or something.
I saw the picture. That was pretty bad.
It's pretty vile.
Because you showed us, and I saw you posted on,
Yeah,
on that Discord.
Yeah, I put it in Discord. I don't think I'd get away with that one on
So they-
regulated social media.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen some memes of toilets that look worse than that did.
Probably.
And I mean, you could totally just post it on it. What's Facebook gonna do? Like strike you down?
It was bad though. It definitely looked like there was some chili coming out of that toilet.
I mean, you didn't take a picture of the inside of the toilet.
No, I
I saw
saw
the
that and I
outside.
laughed and I chuckled and then I kind of gagged a little bit because I can't stand poo. And like no, for real, it's like my kryptonite. Like shit is literally like kryptonite to me. Like I can smell it from like hundreds of, like I can literally just like see it and smell it through pictures. Like I just like So I saw it and I chuckled and like gagged a little and then I took the picture and I thought about going over there and opening it and I would like to like send a picture to Axel and I was like, yo, this is gonna be funny. And then like I thought about doing it and just the thought of going there and opening it up, I was like, and then like I just went and took a piss and got the fuck out of there.
Yeah, it's probably the best idea. I can't stand.
I couldn't smell it, like there was no smell, but like just seeing it, like just it's poo, man. It's gross.
So you ever played Conker's Bad Fur Day?
I love Conker's Bad Fur Day.
How'd you feel when you got to that
The
poo
shit
level?
man.
Yeah, the great mighty poo.
Soprano.
How'd you feel about that guy?
That was a very, very funny boss.
That whole game was fucking great. I haven't played it in years, but they need to remaster it again. Because it came out on N64, then it came out on Xbox.
Yeah, but they censored it a little bit.
Did I see? I only played the Xbox one. I didn't play
Oh,
the N64 one, but I can only imagine.
Oh, man. That was fucking wild. That was a fucking trip, dude. Because, like, Duke Nukem had existed at the time, and so did Doom.
Oh, hell yeah.
So there was, like, the lowbrow, like, fucking college bro, like, you know, just trashy.
Oh, the toilet humor.
Shit and fart, yeah, toilet humor. Like, fucking Duke Nukem, and then, like, Doom was, like, the fucking, you know, like, at the time, like, that and Mortal Kombat were, like, the fucking gore fests.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And so Conker's Bad Fur Day was, like, a great combination of both of those. Because it was, like, hyper violent for being what it was. Because, you know, Conker, did you know that Conker came from, like, an E-rated children's series?
No, but I can believe it because it's like C-Lab 2021 is like Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, all the
like
Hanna-Barbera stuff that got repurposed for Adult Swim.
It's educational stuff, and then like they turned it into adult humor. There go my nipples again.
Yeah, because there was, on the Game Boy, before Conker's Bad Fur Day came out, there was Conker's Pocket Tales, which was a game, like it was the Game Boy adventure.
I never played
and then
that.
Conker's Bad Fur Day came out, and they took like a, and Conker was in Diddy Kong Racing. He was like him and Banjo, cause
Banjo-Kazooie?
Yeah, cause Banjo had his own little series, but Conker was in fucking Diddy Kong Racing. And then Conker's Bad Fur Day came out.
Yeah, my neighbor had that game, and I watched him play it as a kid, and that was a really funny game. I got my hands on it. I don't
the multiplayer was fucking fun, dude.
The multiplayer was great in Conker's Bad Fur Day.
So fucking cool, man.
Probably some of the best multiplayer I probably ever played in my life, besides like a couple of the Battlefields.
I feel like Conker's Bad Fur Day's multiplayer is up there with Halo 2. Like, it's that fucking...
Halo 2 is not Halo 3's?
Nah, Halo 2 is...
Halo 2's is better?
I think so.
Funny enough...
Halo 2 is my gold standard for...
I've only played Halo 1's multiplayer. And
console,
I played
guess,
3's
first-person shooters.
and then Reach's. And I haven't played... I played Infinity's multiplayer for the first time the other day.
I haven't played that. I've only played 1, 2, 3, 4.
I mean, you got a good sample
I didn't play ODST. I didn't play...
ODST was just 3's multiplayer.
What's the other...
It's the same one. Reach?
Yeah, I didn't play Reach.
Reach's was,
I played a little bit of Halo Wars, but when I say a little bit, I think I played, like, 2 hours.
Yeah, it's a completely different, you know, RTS, FPS game.
It's like StarCraft 64.
Yeah.
But Halo theme.
I only played through Halo Wars 2 to get the story before, I think, Halo Infinite, but...
I didn't play Infinite.
You're not missing too much. It's
a 5 out? Is there a Halo 5?
It's Halo 6. Wait, what are you talking about?
I mean, I guess I haven't played.
What
I've mentioned is all I've played.
Most people don't even account Halo 5 because you play as like some other dude. And
you don't get to play as Master Chief?
No, you play as this dude hunting him.
That's fucking lame. What is this?
Yeah. So,
Counter
you know.
co-op and Perfect Dark.
After that, and they didn't import that one to PC because it got such a low reception. Because all the other Halos are on PC except for 5. So they just said, screw it, we're not going to port it, we're just going to go straight to 6.
It. We'll give you less money, you can keep the rights to that one.
Yeah, and,
we don't need it over here.
Halo 6 is kind of divisive, too, because of the way the story goes and all the cut assets, and, you know, it's nowadays, the game industry nowadays, where they just keep releasing these half-baked games. Oh. And, like, they'll push them back, but then they still...
Speaking of the game industry...
What's that?
All the arcades we saw in Thailand.
Oh, yeah. They actually still have arcades. Like, that was pretty crazy. And the malls. Like, Deerbrook used to have and stuff. And then, I think,
man, the
Galleria
malls
had one still?
shocked the shit out of me over there.
We got to go to
malls. We got to go to, like, what, 4 malls?
The Terminal, MBK.
We went to two different Terminal 21s. MBK Center and Icon Siam.
Yeah, I think that's it. Just a 4.
That's the only malls we went to, right?
Yeah.
Every single mall had at least 4 stories. And
Yeah, at least.
most of them had more.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like I think 7
There
was
was
like
a 4-story one.
the definitive number
Icon Siam had 7. And then I think the terminals had, 6?
6 or 7, because they had one below ground too.
Oh yeah, that's right. They had the.
At least the one in Bangkok did. And then
MBK,
they all just kept going up.
MBK Center had a lot of floors. Disappointing though that some of the arcades weren't working. Yo, that one game that I wanted to play, it's like the something cube. Like every arcade game that I like wanted to play was like not working. Like the Beatles pinball wasn't working. That 4D shooter, the one that had like the heart sensor in the seat and like the seat.
It had a heart sensor in there?
Yeah, it's got a heart sensor, it's got a heart rate sensor in the seat. It blows cold air and the seat rumbles. And then there's supposed to be 3D glasses in there, but I'm guessing that they don't go in there anymore because of COVID.
I think, yeah.
I don't know. That's a pretty. I remember that like reading about that machine before it came out, and that machine is like.
You were talking about people said it was like really scary.
It's at least 10 years old. It's a pretty old fucking
goddamn.
machine. Yeah, it's a pretty old machine. I remember reading about that like a long time ago. I remember seeing something and I was like, oh man, I can't wait to play this. And it's like something that I'm pretty sure was only released overseas, and maybe somebody in like a big arcade over stateside probably imported one or two machines, but nothing nearby. And I really wanted to play that, but they didn't have the 3D glasses. Time Crisis 5 wasn't working. And that rhythm game, I'll have to look up and see what it's called, but it's...
Which one? Because they had like
DJing
games?
No, it was all hand-based. So there's like... It's a 4x4 grid of like little squares, and there's like little cubes, and like you pick a song. It's kind of like like DDR or any of the other like Taito drum beat or whatnot. But it's little squares, and you push them in time. Like there's like little arrows that start big and they get small, and you gotta press them in sync with the rhythm. It's really fucking fun, but it's hard as shit. I finally got to play that. They have a machine at Cidercade, and I was really fucking stoked to see that.
I still think the Jurassic Park arcade game is probably one of the best.
That's a really good one.
Because that's the one with the seat jumps and all that too, and I always remember the T-Rex just running at you and stuff, and you're just trying to shoot it, and it just doesn't want to die.
The Star Wars arcade and the Pod Racing arcade. As far as like really solid, like fantastic machines that are hard to find, I think like those.
That and track and field.
Yeah, track and field's a really hard machine to find, like an actual track and field machine.
That was even harder to play the damn game. All that button mashing
it breaks the machine.
It breaks the machine. And then you always get like the 3rd or 4th level out of like 7 or so, and then you just lose the game. I can't believe that. They used to make games so hard, and they only had a couple of buttons. Like games nowadays are just like ridiculously kind of easy compared to just old school games. There wasn't really a difficulty. You just either finished the game or you didn't, and that's the replayability of it. Is that you trying to beat the game? It would take you hours just to beat a couple of levels.
Yeah, but I feel like the nature of the industry on that's kind of changed.
Well, they used to be able to release finished games. Now you always get these half-assed games that come out.
Yeah, because the industry's become almost like Hollywood. Just get something out fast.
Probably sounds like I'm pissing on the mic.
He's definitely pissing.
No, I'm pouring up another drink.
I'm sitting in a way that obstructs him from getting to the restroom easily.
So I could just like push you over. I gotta piss.
You could push me over.
Yeah, that chair's not too stable.
This chair's going to collapse at some point. As soon as I sat in it, it kind of just like, you know how like when you're like trying to build like something with structural integrity out of like popsicle sticks or something, and you put like some sort of load on it, and it like stresses it and it flexes at the joints. That's exactly what this fucking chair did. As soon as I sat in it, it just like whoop Like I'm sitting in a beach chair. And I was like, oh, this is not going to end well.
Yeah, you'll be all right. I was gonna try to tighten it up, and I was like, I don't. It's just old.
Nah, I'll just leave it loose. See what happens.
It's been out.
It'll be good material.
Because whenever we got rid of those chairs and that table, it was sitting outside for I think like a year or more in the weather. And I was like, I could use that. And then I brought it in here, and I don't even think I tightened those. I know it tightened the table down, but I didn't tighten the chairs down. I was just like, it'll be all right. I didn't put them together in the first place. They probably won't be all right. I could say with pride that anything I put together usually stays together. And I may not even use all the bolts.
Oh.
Hmm.
Yo, did I tell you about my journey to fucking El Paso?
Yeah, you told me about some of it.
Oh.
I mean, you told me about, I think, a couple of things in there.
Did I tell you about the drive back?
I think that's mostly what you told me
okay.
about. It was like dark and stuff or something. You came back at night, huh?
Yeah. Well, I drove back in that fucking
the
storm that
yeah,
rolled
the
through.
Storm.
Yo. I saw. Well, when I went to go pick up my extracurriculars today, I saw a friend I haven't seen in like months. And she was like, oh yeah, I heard you were in Thailand. And then I was like, yo, you hear about my drive to the fucking El Paso passport agency
office,
to
yeah.
get my fucking shit? She was like, yeah, I think a little bit. And I was like, that fucking storm that rolled through? She was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, we had to fucking drive through that.
Think about it. You could make a movie out of that journey.
That was terrifying. I literally told, like, as soon as we got back, because my fucking knuckles were hurting, my forearms were in just, like gel. Like, I was gripping that fucking wheel so hard for 5.5, 6 solid hours just between San Antonio and Houston. Because that fucking storm stretched. I was so mad, too. Because we were hydroplaning, and, like, I pulled off to the side of the road. Got into a gas station, and I looked at the radar. I was like, you know what? We can sit for 2-3 hours. I don't fucking care. I was like, I'm not driving in that. I'll sit for a couple of hours. Burp. And I looked at the radar, and the storm wasn't passing for like 7 or 8 hours. And even at that, like, it was still going to be raining. It just rained all day for like 24 hours. But like the brunt of it was for the next 4 to 5, basically the whole journey back. And fuck, dude. I laughed so hard because I told Larry once we got back to Houston, like once we hit 59, I was like, dude, I'm going to get to that fucking mailbox. And my stupid fucking passport's gonna be at the fucking mailbox. Watch. Sure as shit, get home. Passport in the mailbox. I laughed so hard.
That's kind of fucked up, though, because they sent you that. You checked the thing, and it said it was going to still take, what, about, like, up to 7 weeks, even though you got it expedited?
Well, yeah, and that's what sucks is, so when I filled out the paperwork to have it done, I paid for the expedited process, and you can put your travel date if you know it. And I think this was before we had even, like, decided on a travel date. This was, like, 3 or 4 days before we actually bought the tickets. So I kind of just, like, threw a crapshoot on the fucking paperwork. And I think I put, like, the 20th or the 21st was, like, the date of my travel.
Yeah.
Just knowing that it wasn't going to be soon. So, like, I just put a late date on there. And I didn't know when I was going to return, so, like, all I did was put, like, a date. And,
I'm about to say the return date shouldn't really matter too much. It's that date you're
yeah,
leaving
but
that
it
you need
said
that
that
passport by.
it said it could take, 5 to 8 weeks or something. And then, like, the expedited process was, like, 4 to 6 or something like that.
Yeah, that's stupid.
And I was like, even if it takes, like, maximum, like, time, I was like, it should be here, like, the week of. Like, just looking at the calendar. So, I mean, it got there technically on time, and I told I told my friend today, I was like, I could have just sat on my fucking ass at home, save money. She's like, yeah, but think about the journey. She's like, now you have that story. And I was like, fuck that, dude. I was like, I pulled off the goddamn highway like 5 times because I legitimately thought I was going to get my best friend and myself killed. I was like, I thought we were going to die multiple times. You have no idea how fucking scary that was. I told her, I was like, I've done a lot of irresponsible things behind the wheel of a car. Like, I've driven very fast. Like, I've done a lot of shit. And I've never been, like scared. Like, I've been, like, a little, like, uh-oh, what's gonna happen? But I was legitimately terrified. I almost fucking was in tears. I was almost fucking crying multiple times. I was so fucking scared. I was terrified to be driving that day.
I mean, that was a serious
And
storm.
that has never happened. Like, one time I went to the beach. I took fucking Els and Tab to the beach. And when we were going over the bridge to get to the island,
yeah,
there was a soft front, I guess, coming in like the following day, but everything that comes before the front, so like all the high winds and stuff were coming off the coast, and my car was shaking like the car was being moved
just by the wind,
like full lane lengths, like just by the wind. Like I was being pushed
pretty bad.
and like not trying to like oversteer, like lose control of the car, just letting it happen until I could like get control. I was being moved like full fucking like lengths as if I was switching lanes. Terrifying. The whole distance of the bridge it was moving like that, and I was like, oh man, that was pretty scary. Like that fucking storm.
Do you ever check
back.
the weather before you go out on these journeys?
Sometimes.
No, I mean, it's somewhat responsible.
Most of the time, no, though. Like,
yeah.
If I can, like whenever we were going down I-10 on the way back from El Paso, we had the windows down because it was just like a nice day all day, and then like I could feel it get colder, and I saw a bunch of lightning like off to the right. And then, like, as we, like, kept going, I could see it, like, move in front of us. And, like, we were still, like, 30 minutes out from the storm, but I was like, yo, Larry, I was like, yo, pull up the fucking, I was like, that storm that I saw over there, I was like, it's moved, and, like, we're driving right into it. I was like, see where that's at and how big it is?
You know,
because it was fucking, man, I'm so mad that I was driving because, so when we drove out there, we went and picked up the rental, and we immediately hit the road. Like, as soon as I got the rental, I went to Momo and Pawpaw's because they were still boxing everything up for their estate sale. So I went over there to go see my dad and his siblings and Momo and Pawpaw before I headed out. And basically, once we got there, it's a 12-hour drive. So I drove like 9, maybe 10 hours all the way there. It got to a point where I made Larry drive. Like, my eyes were just getting fucking weak and lazy and like starting to cross.
Did you stay over there at all? Did you?
No,
did you just,
no. We literally
you went. You got there. You did. Your thing,
when my eyes started to fucking fail and like I like could not fucking see like at all, like safely. I was like Larry, like how far are we out? And he was like about 2.5 hours. I was like, you have to drive. I was like, I'm pulling over. Like, I can't fucking see straight. You have got to drive. So he took over and I slept. So
that's a good nap.
I
though.
I slept like the last, I'd say about 2 hours. Cause out fucking there, man, there's like no fucking street lights. So you're just driving on this fucking, it's 2 lanes on each side. So like you're like the cars that you're next to on the actual fucking road are going with you. But it is still 2 lanes with like no lights and it's fucking dark as shit. And it's ups and downs and turns because it's all fucking hilly, like. And so I slept the last 2 hours till we got to El Paso. Once we got there, we had passed up the agency, and we were just like looking for parking or something, because my appointment was at like 10:30 or 11 in the morning, and we had pulled into El Paso probably around, I think it was like 6:30. So I had like a good opportunity. I got like a 4 or 5 hour nap. Went into the agency, filled out all the shit that I had to do, waited 2 hours, got my passport, and then right before we left, Larry got sick. Like, he just started fucking
I remember you telling me that part.
hurling and stuff. So I had to
Ooh.
drive the entire distance back off of like a 4 or 5 hour nap after driving 10 hours.
What was that, 16-hour drive or something like that?
It's like 12
Oh,
or
okay.
13.
That's still long. Yeah, that's still a long fucking drive.
Yeah. And let me tell you, I pretty much lived off of Red Bulls the entire time. I drank like fucking 6 Red Bulls. Like, I'd fucking
Should have loaded up on
drink.
Bang Energy.
I'd drink like
Bang
one and a half, like in between like gas stops. And man, I thought I was gonna be tired. Like on the way back when the journey first started, heading back, I was like, I have to drive off of fucking 4-5 hours of sleep. We didn't eat anything. Like
Red Bulls.
We had fucking snacks. Like, I bought like some chips, and I bought all my snacks like right before we got into El Paso. I was like, I'm gonna take a nap, and then this is gonna be food on the way back. So I had like beef jerky. I had some chips, something else, and yeah, fucking just loaded on Red Bull. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to drive all this distance. And Larry was sick like most of the way there. And I thought, like, I was like, man, I'm gonna be so fucking tired. Like, I'm not gonna be able to stay awake on this drive. And then that fucking storm
You just gave
woke
me,
me up, man.
You could
My
totally-
adrenaline was fucking pumping.
You could totally make a movie out of that too.
God, dude.
The Drive. It's just everything starts off all like it's a like a shitty horror movie.
It's just stupid because like this storm system just like didn't pass I-10. Like, it didn't go down and cross over I-10 and just keep going south. It literally rode I-10. Like, the storm cell just like hit I-10 and then just went east all the way down the fucking interstate.
It was coming for you, Eric. That's what I'm saying.
It
horror
literally
movie.
was just on top of us the whole. As soon as we got, because there was a wreck or something in San Antonio, I had seen on our way through the little information boards that flash and tell you all that shit. There was some major wreck that had taken up like 4 lanes, and they had it blocked off. But it must have recently happened because I was like, oh man, we're going to be stuck in traffic for like fucking an hour or something. We were only in traffic for like maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the most. So they must have just gotten everything like squared and organized and had shit flowing. But once we got through San Antonio, about 10 minutes outside the city, like the car started moving from all the wind. And then I told Larry to check on the storm, and fucking shit, dude.
Wait, so you didn't get caught in the storm until like San Antonio?
Yeah. So
okay.
yeah, no. It was the entire distance between San Antonio and Houston. That's what the storm was on.
Oh,
And
see,
it was like
that makes
right
sense.
right after we had gotten, because I had seen the storm like up and off to the distance on the way to San Antonio, and then we went through, and then so the storm was like moving like this, and we were coming here, and then like San Antonio's there, and then once we're going, but instead of like moving like this and just passing I-10, it like moved and just like kept going on. It's like, oh, here's the interstate I was looking for.
We'll have
And
to make
then-
a movie poster for you. So it'll be called The Journey to Houston. It'll just be you.
I'm so glad we rented a car
Larry,
too.
it'll be you on the left side.
And then
You know how
Larry
they
on
do
the
like
right.
somebody's like transparent.
Yeah.
You be on the left side. Larry will be on the right. It'll just be like the car you rented in the middle.
Yeah.
And it'll just be like the storm coming in the back with some shitty slogan. You know. They thought it was gonna be a smooth ride. Will they make it back alive? And that's gonna be the poster for the movie. It's just gonna have your names on it. It's gonna be like a we'll make it a B-rated horror. You know, we could do this. All we gotta do is just
Or a
shoot
B-rated disaster film.
Yeah, B-rated disaster film. It'll be like 2012, but in 2023. I don't know if you ever watched the 2012 movie.
Yeah, that one with John Cusack.
Yeah, not
I
the.
paid to see that in theaters.
You did?
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I mean, it was a fucking disaster movie.
Yeah, it was alright. I watched another one that was called 2012, but it was like a Jesus movie.
Oh.
And we had it. My grandparents used to bootleg the fuck out of movies. Like they would actually burn them on DVDs. And
Hell
stuff.
yeah.
And
That's
so they,
the way to do it.
Yeah, no, and they had. I probably tossed a lot of these out by now, but they had one that was called 2012, and it was all about. It was a religious take on it.
Oh.
Like the second, I think at the end, like they find the second coming or third coming of Jesus, whatever coming the fucking religions are on
You
right
took
now.
3 days last time, bro. It's been like 3,000 years.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Right, exactly.
Fuck, man.
It's the third coming of Jesus, but
The
it took
people
all
that
these
were waiting
years.
for you last time haven't been alive for decades.
Yeah, exactly, and like the whole movie, like just I don't remember too much of it. But
Can't
like,
do that, Jesus. You
the
can't
world's-
do that.
the world's falling apart, and these guys they end up at like some fucking Aztec like temple with like the third coming of Jesus or something like that, and everything's all right. And then I was like, and it was called 2012.
Mel Gibson plays Jesus.
Now that would be an interesting movie. I'd probably watch that. I like
Jesus, just because you can turn water into wine doesn't mean you should be drinking it all. You want to see my butthole, don't you?
Wait, was that a real thing with Mel Gibson?
No, it's from South Park.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought maybe they just made fun of something.
Oh, him being a raging alcoholic is real, but him like wanting to show his asshole, that's just Matt and Trey being
Matt and Trey. Oh hell yeah, they make some great stuff. The South Park games, the South Park shows, the movies. I don't even know.
There's only one.
Okay, that's what I
I
thought.
hope it stays that way.
It probably will, because they got so much other stuff they work on. They got, they still making their show. They made 2 games. I think there's some.
They're still.
Hey, you know what? But I
still
think
running what Book of Mormon?
they might be. I never even watched that, but I heard it was good. But I know they had a contract to make some movies, but I think what they did was they made them specials, like the Integrity Weed specials and all that. They're like an hour and some. I think those were like the movies.
Yeah, that's the way it should be done.
Yeah, just make a special, like an hour or something long episode, because it's still funny. You don't have to make like some movie that the story is usually contained in itself, especially for something that's like comedic. Unless it's like The Hangovers, then they just keep going. Well, they only made 3. That was like 2 too many. But I say that and I only watched the first one. I haven't heard good things about the other 2.
I saw the second one. I might have seen the third.
What'd you think about what might have been the second one you saw?
Oh, I saw the second one. I saw part 2.
Well,
it's alright. I mean, definitely not necessary, but...
Yeah, I think they should have stopped with the first one. That one was... I went and saw that in theaters, and I thought that was a pretty good movie.
That was funny as fuck.
I didn't even know they made a Hangover 2 or a Hangover 3.
Fucking funny as shit, man.
So you can get a lot of hangovers in life. I know this as an adult, but, you don't need to make a movie
That's
about
like an idea. What if they milked the Hangover like they have Fast and the Furious?
Oh, God, no.
What if they did?
You
I
gotta
mean,
look
clearly
at
they
that.
haven't, and it's too late.
Yeah.
Well, when we say that...
No, you can still do it.
Oh, Jesus.
But I hope they don't, because the Fast and Furious movies have gone on for way too long, and I couldn't even imagine seeing a Hangover.
I saw a trailer for one.
The Hangover X, and it's like
The Hangover 10.
It's like, you guys are how old? You still doing this?
You still don't know how much you can drink. God damn it!
That's what 13 years later.
Water, electrolytes, eat a banana.
Don't steal Mike Tyson's tiger. They probably would have done it multiple times. Mike Tyson would have been a season regular, or not season regular, a cast regular.
Where did I see? I think I saw that trailer for the Fast and the Furious movie when I went and saw the new Mario movie a couple days ago. It's
you told me about that. Actually, no, you didn't. My friend told me about him going to see it.
Oh, yeah, I went and saw it.
What'd you
I
think
wanted
about
to
it?
see it in 3D. Unfortunately, I didn't. I got to see it in this the theater that I saw it in. The seats rumbled like when shit was going on, like on the
Damn.
screen, and like there was like big like explosions or some shit. The seats would like rumble and shit. It was pretty cool. But it's not bad. But
It's
it's
a
like
long pause to think about that. You
well,
gotta work. You gotta work your way around it. Like it's
it's
not bad. It's
it's
just
filled with a bunch of like Easter eggs and like little like nods and stuff that people who have been playing Nintendo games for the last fucking 30 years. People that saw the Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo film when they were kids, fucking just like loving fucking Mario and stuff.
die-hard Mario fan.
Like yeah, like people that have like been playing video games for that long. Like it's filled with a bunch of nods and like in jokes. Like there's a bunch of music that they use that's from the actual Mario games, but it's not like the full song. It's literally just like a couple of seconds and then like it's yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Well like yeah, like whenever they first start their adventure, what they run through it goes from like like a typical free cam animated film, and then all of a sudden it switches to like it looks like you're fucking playing the side scrolling game. And they're
Oh,
like
the movie?
running and they're like running through this
Kind of
thing
cool.
that doesn't flat out look like the first level of the game, but there's little things if you look closely you can tell it's designed like the scene that they run through is designed just like the first level of the game. And when they go down, like they wind up going down in like the sewers, and then there's a quick little hit of the 1-2 music, the dun like there's a quick just little off
That's
that,
cool.
and like it doesn't keep going. It's just like that. Like there's tons of references to the Mario games through music, through like characters showing up on screen. It's just like a big great celebration of Mario for people that have been playing it for their entire lives. The story's not much. Like as a movie and as like the way that a story is told, the movie from '93 works much better as a film. Like the new Mario movie's not bad,
That's
but
what I kind of figured.
it's just I mean I guess for kids, like for kids that were my age when I saw the first Mario movie, like I guess it works because the story is just like a Mario game. Like
Yeah.
it's not fucking like it's not weak, but it's not strong. Like structurally, it's just like A B C. Like you
But this
literally
new
just
Mario
go.
is just
But
more of like a
the
Mario for well,
well,
I
no,
guess.
because the movie works like that. It's a very simple like there's not like really any depth to the story. It's Bowser doing Bowser shit. Uh, there's not much development of the characters, but there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff for adults who have been
Fans of
tied like
Mario.
for so long to see and catch up, like to see and catch and pick up on in the movie and be like excited about. But I mean the story's very simple and the way it's told is very simple. But the original Mario movie, like as a movie, probably I'd say works better. The problem with that though is it's not like it doesn't stay true to the source material, but it also had like it's littered with as many references as it could be at the time because Mario was like what 8-9 years old by the time that movie came out, because that came out in '93.
Yeah, 93. Yeah.
Mario came out in like what
Yeah, no, the 80s
85,
definitely.
86. So
I mean,
but
they tried for the time.
I mean, I watched that because so Larry ate mushrooms and went and saw it with
That makes sense.
yeah, I really wanted to, but I was like, you know what? I just don't feel like eating mushrooms today.
That's
So I didn't.
strange.
But yeah, I know. But I didn't feel like eating them. And Larry was like, "There's a lot going on," and like there kind of is. Like that movie moves very fast. Like it's a very and it's like 2 hours long. It's
The new Mario movies.
yeah, yeah. It's got like a fairly decent runtime. Jack Black does I think the two best parts of that were Jack Black being Bowser and Charlie
Oh,
Day.
he was Bowser?
Yeah, and
Wait, who was Seth Rogen in that movie? Wasn't
Seth
he in
Rogen was Donkey Kong.
it? Oh.
They played the DK rap.
Huh.
You know, did you ever play Donkey Kong 64?
No, but I've heard of the DK rap.
Oh man,
I might have heard it before.
I was so excited, like I could like hear it coming on, and I was like, oh my god, like they're gonna
DK
fucking play
rap.
the DK rap. I got so fucking excited. And then like Diddy's playing like the little Donkey Konga bongos, like. And there's one scene. I told Larry, I was like, we're gonna have to go watch it again just to like catch every little thing, because I was seeing like there was so much stuff. Like there's a little Pikmin, there's an R-wing, like the music references is like what gets me, because it's like every
It's
like
nostalgia.
like
They try
man,
to bring you more
yeah.
into the movie, yeah.
Every time like there's just tons of references and stuff, and for that it's cool. But I mean, that's all it really is. It's it's not the Mario movie that we deserve, but it's the Mario movie that we, I guess, have always wanted. Because everyone's been talking shit about the live action one for for 30 years.
I never actually watched that one, but I've seen the trailer for it a while ago, and when I showed my coworker.
So I made Jewel watch it. So like because like after the movie was done, because we stayed like all the way through the credits and stuff, and when we were leaving, I was like, oh, you probably have no idea that there's another Mario movie.
So you showed her the OG
the original
one after.
Yeah, afterwards. I was like, there's another Mario movie, right? And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, there's a Mario movie that came out in '93. That's what I was like. This is what that's the only Mario movie that we've had for 30 years. I was like, this is the first Mario movie.
30 years old.
I was like, we have to watch this, and I made her watch that. And it's cool because it's like I always talk to Jake about it, and like the movie itself, like in staying true to its source material, it kind of basically fails at that, because it's not like a whimsical I ate mushrooms like fantasy like setting. It's like a dystopian. It's like a portal or something. Yeah, it's like a dystopian sci-fi. Like it's almost like.
They did a lot of those back then.
Yeah,
Judge
like
Dredd.
the early 90s were like real big for dystopian
all
sci-fi.
Films are like, this is how the future's gonna be.
So for that, like, it's cool though, and like Jake's like a fucking champion of that movie. Jake fucking loves the original Mario movie, and like I think it's just like a bad movie. Like it's one of those movies that's like bad, but it's like lovably bad. I've seen a lot of shit movies. I was telling that to Jewel, because she's like, oh, the movie was like the quality was kind of bad, and I was like, yeah, it's it's not like super shit. I was like, I've seen some very bad movies before.
Oh yeah, there's plenty.
But
of bad
I like
movies. I love terrible movies. One of my favorite terrible movies, and I always spring this on people. Not to cut the Mario conversation short. In fact, I don't even know how long you want to record. We're already at an hour and 3.
We'll keep going.
All right, yeah, we can keep going. So, like, my favorite shitty movie to make people watch, and I won't tell them that we're watching it, is I'll put on. Have you ever seen Birdemic?
Yeah, we watched that. Like,
I probably showed you Birdemic. I show everybody Birdemic.
Yeah.
I never tell people I'm gonna put it on. I'm like, oh, I got a movie I want to show everybody. And I've done this so many times when there's like group gatherings, and I just put on Birdemic, and it's such a terrible movie. There's actually a part 2, which I've never seen, and I don't know when they came out with it.
We'll have to watch that.
I think it came out. I don't think it's on anything.
We'll have to find the DVD.
With Birdemic, I had to pirate that years ago, and I still have it on like one of these drives around here somewhere. But I don't even think that drive works anymore.
Let's go to some thrift store or some shit and find Birdemic.
They might, but I mean, I could definitely find
my
it.
movies to show people that are shitty.
Oh, you have multiple.
I've got 2.
It's not The Room, is it?
Surf Ninjas.
Oh.
And Pink Flamingos.
What about? I've never heard of any of those. What about Samurai Cop?
Samurai Cop.
You've never watched Samurai Cop?
That sounds familiar.
So what was funny about Samurai Cop is that it's I think it came out in the 90s, and it's a movie obviously about a dude. I think he was in his 20s or something like that, maybe late 20s.
Samurai Cop, 1991 film. It's got to be this.
Yeah.
Is that?
It's some
What
unknown
the
dude.
fuck?
Yeah, no.
You have
It's
the
a
right to
it's
remain silent.
yeah.
Dead silent.
Dead silent.
He's got
the sword. And it's such
Yo.
it's an interesting movie, but what was funny is that I watched it and then a couple years later, and like I said, that movie came out what, 91?
91.
So I watched it and a couple years later, and I'm
Yo,
thinking
that
about
dude looks intense.
in about 2015, 2016, Samurai Cop 2 came out. So a couple years after I watched Samurai Cop 1, which came out in 91,
Yeah.
in about 2016 or so, Samurai Cop 2 came out. And it's a lot of the old role. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of old role reprising their roles.
That's cool.
And it's a really it's it's such a it's actually a better movie because they just kind of got better with time, obviously knowing what to do, but they brought back a lot of the movie regulars. And it's just even though I didn't watch it anywhere near its original
I don't think
release,
I've ever seen that.
it was
No,
nostalgic.
I would have recognized that. Scene.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
It's like Rambo with a sword.
Yeah, I thought it was fucking Sylvester Stallone at first.
It
Whenever
looks
I
like him.
first saw a picture, I was like, "Yo, that dude's got the Sly haircut."
Yeah, he does. But you know, it's not. But it looks like him. And I remember just seeing that a couple years after it came out, or after 2 came out, and I was like, dude, I just watched Samurai Cop 1 like not too long ago. Like, this is great. And it was not a letdown. It was like them kind of just, like I said, reprising their old roles, unfinished business type stuff or whatever. And it was actually an interesting movie. I'd put the first one obviously a D movie, but the second one was more of like a C plus B movie. Even though it was so stupid, I wouldn't put it around the likes of Birdemic or even, dare I say, The Room. Because I actually really enjoy both of those movies because they're just so funny because they're so...
Yeah, it's just one of those ones that's
low budget.
So bad.
Yeah, they just put them together and it's like, you know what? They try it and it's actually funny because it's so bad.
I'll have to try and find Monsterd.
What?
Monsterd.
Monsterd?
Monsterd. Yeah,
they said Mom's Turd.
No, Monsterd. Monsterd. Like monster, but turd.
Yeah, but turd.
Yeah, it's like along the lines of like The Room bad. If not like quality wise, like because it looks like it was shot on like fucking handy cams and stuff. Like
Ooh.
It's terrible. And then there's this one movie called was it August Underground's Mortem? It's like a...
It sounds like a movie nobody would hear about.
It's like a gore porn film.
Oh, gosh.
But it's done in like the style of like found footage. Have you ever seen the Wreck movies? Or not Wreck. Maybe it is Wreck.
I've never seen those.
I've seen a couple of found footage films.
I've seen like the Abaddon Hotel. I've seen I think I watched the Blair Witch Project.
Blair Witch is pretty good.
I've probably seen another found footage. I didn't really get into horror movies.
No, because Wreck
until
was,
like maybe 3-4 years ago. So I'm really behind on the whole horror genre. Like,
VHS. That's what I'm thinking.
VHS. I watched the first one.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't watch.
So August Underground's Mortem is kind of like that. Like, so I think I first saw Mortem in like 2009. But I think it came out in like 2007 or 2008. So it was like a few years before VHS came out, but it's like that same style, like somebody finds like tapes or some shit.
Oh, what happened here?
Yeah,
Let me
it's
watch
basically
these.
like that premise.
But
But
it's
it's
my
like
old VHS player in like 2013, 14 when those movies came out.
it's like a fake fake snuff film. So like
And that's the horror porn stuff, right? Like the snuff, is that what they call
Yes,
it?
well, a snuff film is when somebody records them killing somebody like on camera.
Oh, okay, I've seen those. Yeah. I've seen.
So it's
I've
like
seen a lot of those.
It's like a fake.
Unfortunately.
It's like a fake snuff film. So like.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
It may like it's.
Don't put that in theaters.
It definitely did not come out in theaters. It's shot to make it look like they're like doing like these heinous acts of torture and murder, but it's all staged.
Yeah, I heard of a movie.
And to advertise it, they fucking put it in like brown bags and stuff and just stuck it in random people's mailboxes.
Oh wow!
So they'd like watch this,
shit.
and like you don't know that it's you don't know like there's no lead-in credits, like there's there's nothing to let you know what you're watching until the very end.
Wait, what was it called?
It's called August Underground's Mortem.
Okay, because I read
And-
about a movie. Well, I read a little bit about it, and it was they said that these people thought they tried to try this director for actually killing people in his movie.
Oh, that's probably Cannibal Holocaust.
No, it wasn't that. It was I forget the name of it, but it came out in like
Is it the
late
one-
'80s, early '90s.
Is it the one where they killed the turtle?
I haven't seen the movie. I just read
Oh.
about it, and so like they actually were trying this director, but
Pretty
because
sure it's Cannibal.
because they thought he actually had killed people. But the thing about it was is that obviously he didn't, but he didn't have a way. There was the internet wasn't as it exists now.
Yeah.
You could just call these people
Yeah.
up because they were all in different countries. So they were trying to try this guy. Like he'd actually
Yeah.
killed people and put it out there.
Yeah, look up.
So he had to actually
Look up Cannibal Holocaust.
get in contact with these people.
I'm pretty sure that's the movie you're talking
I
about.
don't. It might be. I don't remember.
Because that movie's fucking intense, and they actually killed a
That
turtle.
popped up right here. It killed a turtle.
Yeah, they killed a turtle. They chop a monkey there's a little monkey, and they cut his face off. And
No.
they actually did that. They're not prosthetics.
I gotta. I think it was a French movie. Oh, maybe it was Cannibal Holocaust.
It's gotta be.
Oh, you might be right.
That's the only one I can think of.
It was February. Yeah, it might be. Yeah. Oh, Cannibal Holocaust,
Yeah.
Italian cannibal film. Yeah. No, that is exactly what it is.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So he was charged with actually killing the cast,
Yeah,
and then he had
they,
to get
they thought
in
that he had
contact.
actually
Yeah.
staked people, or
Yeah.
that actually happened. Yeah,
And I was like, oh, that's fucking crazy.
that's a very intense.
Because that's
fucking
actually
movie.
before the internet came out in general. I think the internet was late '80s. I want to say
Yeah.
maybe early '80s. I mean, the way we know it now, because at
Oh.
first it was just a couple
Yeah, I was gonna
folders.
say there was a network of 2 computers, 3 computers, but the internet as we know it, mid late '80s, I'd say.
1983 is whenever the
Commercial,
official
or I
birthday of
guess
the internet. Yeah. So
Consumer internet.
3 years before the official birth of the internet, and that's not even being able to find somebody within a couple of seconds. This dude's getting tried with murder because they think he actually killed these people. So he has to send emails or not even actually faxes. Yeah, he's got to try to fax
They
people to
have
get in
email.
contact with other people to be like, hey, no,
This
they're
is
still
a
alive.
collect call from.
Yeah, I think that's insane, especially nowadays. How good we have it that we could just, hey, they think you killed Eric. Oh no, I mean I'll just get in contact with him right now.
No, man, he did that on his own.
He did that on his own.
He wanted to jump. He was
It's-
like, oh, waterfall.
Waterfall would be easy. It's like that story we heard while we were in Thailand about the guy who bungee jumped and
Oh yeah, the
His cord
day
snapped.
after we got there, that dude on the bungee jump.
we
Like,
were
hey man, let's go skydiving.
Yeah, we were
Like-
looking at-
I wanted to go skydiving. I don't know about that, man. This dude yesterday on his bungee jump.
Yeah, we were looking at the shit they had on the side of the street for all the adventurous stuff, and it's like, yeah, just some dude just fucking bungee jumped almost to his death. Luckily, I guess it wasn't high enough. He just smacked in the water and got bruised, but still, that's that wouldn't make me want to go adventuring, in the skies of Thailand or bungee jumping, or I'd probably get a jet ski. But then again, they do scams over there on the jet skis. Because Katona showed me that a couple of months before we went over there. He showed me how they pull scams, talking about how people.
Aiming on the jet skis.
Yeah, they'll blame people for damaging the jet skis when they were already
that's what he
damaged.
was talking to us about.
Yeah. Well, he told us again while we were over there, but he told me before. I completely forgot about it until he raised it again. The concern. I mean, I wasn't trying to hop on a jet ski anyway.
I wanted to jump off of a high cliff.
Yeah,
or
when we got
embankment.
the Kolam, you were like, you think I can pay somebody to let me jump off their building into the water?
Hell yeah.
It's like,
They're right there on the water.
I don't know if they'll do that, but you can definitely try.
Next time I go, I'm gonna ask.
Say, hey man, I'll give you 500 baht if you just let me jump off the roof of your building
I just want to
into the
Jump in.
shallow water. Right
Yeah,
off.
it's like, well, Eric broke his ankles.
Yeah, he's jumping on a bed in
Fuck
the
was he
goddamn
doing?
hotels. Those stiff ass beds.
They do have firm beds. I think we stayed in one hotel that had like a semi-firm bed.
Semi-decent.
Everything else was fucking rock hard.
And I think that was.
I slept like a goddamn baby though. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, no, we were always
Because we were going to sleep from like 5:30 in the morning.
on a
And
couple
then
of
waking
nights.
up at like, you know, fucking 9:30, 10 o'clock. I slept so good for those, 4 or 5
I think
hours.
there was only one night where I didn't sleep good, and that's probably when we first got like one of the first.
Oh, when you slept in your little fucking chair bed?
No, my chair bed was fucking good. my chair bed was great because it was softer than y'all's beds. And and that's when we only had 2 beds. And I was like, dude, I'm not gonna sleep in a bed because I toss and turn a lot in my comfortable fucking memory foam bed here. It's a hybrid. It's got spring and memory foam.
Oh.
I didn't want just a.
Well, look at us.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want just a memory foam because
I didn't want just spring. I didn't want just memory foam.
Yeah, so I got the hybrid, but I couldn't imagine those stiff beds over there, and then tossing and turning, and then I always flip my hair. I gotta throw my hair so I'm not laying on it because obviously it doesn't feel comfortable to just lay straight on. So if I were to sleep next to one of y'all, it wouldn't be. Nobody would be asleep, well, except for the person with their own bed. They'd be fine because they're not getting slapped with my fucking prickly hair.
I should have tried to coax Katone and be like, yo, Katone, share a bed.
You know damn well. That would not have
That would have been so goddamn funny.
That would not have taken.
Oh, man.
Because no, definitely not happening. That was.
And then just like force whenever he's like, no, man, just like get in the bed, be like, all right, Katone, looks like we're sharing a bed.
Just slowly scoot in, getting the sheets.
Yeah.
It's one of those
missed opportunity.
It's happening, man. It's happening. You can't stop it.
That would have been so fucking funny.
That's funny as shit.
That is a grand missed opportunity.
I remember. I've only manifest destiny to bed once, and it was funny as fuck. I mean, it was time to get up anyway, but it was like fuck. It was a couple years. It's when we went to Galveston for Jason's birthday, and I remember, I got fucked up that one night, and I was laying on the floor because I let Kit and Matthew have the bed.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was sleeping on the floor. I'm like, I'm fucked up. I gotta get something more comfortable than this. Just because that's like playing The Sims and all your stats are red.
Yeah. He's like, man, just go to sleep, dude. Just fucking sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
And then just put that plate down on the floor and just like use that as a pillow.
Exactly. All my stats are red. And I remember I went to sleep in the bed, and when I woke up, we were drinking Weller and Capri Sun. And I remember Matthew was still in the bed.
Weller and Capri
So
Sun.
it's fucking great combo. Fucking great combo. But I remember I started scooting across the bed, and I said Manifest Destiny. And Matthew hopped out the bed so quick. She was like, you were trying to hug me in bed. I was like, no, I said Manifest Destiny. This shit's mine. I was like, I'm not trying to hug you. I'm trying to get you out the bed, so I had to
gave
hold
it to
thing
me,
for myself.
You handed it over.
She did. She jumped out so quick, and I fucking laid sideways on the bed. I was only laying down for like another 20 or so minutes before we got up and started doing more shit. But it was just funny as fuck to me. I don't think I've ever taken over a bed from somebody before. I respect people trying to sleep and be comfortable. But that's why I did my little couch, chair bed, whatever the fuck combo. Leg stool. I had 2 chairs and a leg stool I put together.
Yeah, that's right.
And it worked out. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I slept good for 3 days, I tell you. Bless you. I put in, goddamn, now you're just dabbing on me. Is it the jerky killing you? You get the Tabasco down the wrong
sneezing.
Side? Oh, I thought the Tabasco was getting you.
No, I'm sneezing.
That Tabasco Slim Jim, dude, it'll kill you. But yeah, no, in Bangkok, that shit served me pretty well.
Something made me sneeze.
And then we had like separate beds for all the other places we stayed, and those. But
I think the
stiff as shit.
That resort, there was the like the double. That was like what, like a queen size, maybe king size.
Oh, the first one?
The resort at Colon.
Oh, the Kolam. Yeah, the two big ass ones. And then there was an upstairs that we didn't even know about.
Oh yeah, that's right. Cause Catone got the upstairs.
He got the upstairs. Yeah.
I forgot about.
We stayed
that.
in the second.
Yeah.
I got fucked up that night too, I guess.
That's when, that's when we had the scooters, and I almost got mauled, and we got separated.
Because after you went to sleep pretty soon after we got settled in, I stayed up and I drank. I think I drank like.
I went to sleep pretty much
like
early every night, except like instantly.
Yeah.
Except one night.
Except for because when we were in Kolam, when we went to sleep, or you went to sleep, Katone went upstairs to go to sleep, and it was me and you downstairs. I completely forgot about that bathtub, or else I would have fucking tried it. But
oh no, I was mad that I didn't get to try it.
You should have tried.
Really...
I mean, we were supposed to be there for 2 days, but that other group bought out the whole resort apparently.
Yeah.
Fuck those guys. But because I remember I stayed up and I drank like, man, I had like 2 or 3 more wild turkeys. I don't even remember going to sleep. Like I woke up and that dude was banging on the door. I was like, what the fuck? I was so confused. And I went up and got to the door, and he's like, check out. And I'm like halfway awake. I'm like,
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, we were supposed to be there for 2 days.
Yeah, and then we had to go get Catone.
Yeah, and I was like, he's like, I'm like, check out. He's like, yeah, check out. I'm like, we're supposed to have another day. Yeah, I'm like tomorrow. I'm trying to do, fucking bridge the language barrier. And he's like, no, today. And I'm like, okay. Let me get with Catone, and then he's like, all right. And so then, Catone was just like, yeah, we're checking out today. And I was like, well, fuck, I wish I would have known that. Cause I probably wouldn't have drank like I did that night before that wild turkey. I was thinking we were going to wake back up and go hit, like, more of the party spots or the beach on the island. But,
that would have been dope.
Oh, that would have been... I mean, at least we went back the second week. And then we hung out on that different beach. Where we had to get off in the water.
We got off on the wrong spot.
No, that was the spot so I guess... I don't know how this shit worked. I couldn't communicate with
So the first time we went to Colon, remember there was that spot where they stopped and then we stayed on the ferry?
And then we went to the...
So...
We couldn't.
It was reversed the second time we went. Because
we didn't have the stickers for that one,
No, we could have got off.
No, we couldn't have. Because when I tried to get off, they were like, next stop. And then that girl that was with Catone, she spoke.
Yeah, but Catone was already off the...
Catone was the last one. He was behind us all. It was me, and then it was the girl, then you and Catone. Catone was behind you. And so I'm about to get off, and the dude's telling me, like, oh, no, next stop. Because the guys that we got on with, they had numbers on their stickers. They had bigger stickers, and their shit had, like, 409 or something on it. We just had the yellow sticker that was small and didn't have shit on it. So all those people that got off were part of one group, and we were part of a different group. And that's what the dude was telling me. He's like, oh, next stop. And then the girl, she was the one that relayed the message to me. She was like, oh, no, we're next stop. And I was just like, okay. So then that's why we sat back down and went to that other beach, because we were supposed to go with the sticker that we had to the other beach.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why we stayed on the boat and went to the other beach.
Well, I didn't want to stay on that boat.
I didn't want to stay
get off at the first stop.
Get mopeds again. That would have been dope. We could have gone to different beaches so we would have got the mopeds.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we could have. Well, I'm pretty sure we could have just gone up to the fucking resort and been like, "Hey, can we just drive these around for the day?"
Probably so. I mean, because that's. I mean,
because we didn't have to pay for them whenever we stayed at the resort.
Yeah.
Because Catone was cool with that dude.
Well, one of his I don't know exactly, manager or whatever for possibly a different shift, or maybe just works there, but her family owns that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he let us take those for free.
Yeah. Well, I think you also just get those if you stay at the resort.
I don't think so.
Oh shit, maybe not then.
Yeah,
I would have definitely gone up to it and be like,
yeah, no, those cost money. Like even if you're at the resort, you still have to like pay money to rent it.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, that's why he asked if I knew how to fucking ride one. He was like, "You know how to do this?" I was like, "Yeah."
He didn't ask me shit.
Yeah.
He looked at you. You know how to ride this? And I was like, Eric looks like he doesn't know how to ride a moped. I think Eric looks like the moped master. Not really.
No, yo, I almost fucking took out that table and moped master my ass.
Oh yeah, when we
I almost fucking,
when we were
I
trying
almost caused big problems.
to,
We went to that
almost
fucking,
knocked out the altar.
Yo, we parked at this fucking Buddhist temple, and I fucking moved it back a little too quick.
And then you went forward.
Yo, and I went forward, and my fucking hand cranked it back just a tad bit more.
I thought, you know.
And I almost hit the fucking concrete with like the stone barrier around the tree. Barely dodged that, and then I stopped it just in time before I ran into that fucking huge little altar.
Yeah, it was funny to me because I thought you knew what you were doing.
I did know what I was doing.
And then you almost flew into the barrier. And
I
was
did
like,
know what I was
shit.
doing. We were getting on scooters
And it's just like,
after
you good?
having a little bit to drink, and
I didn't think we had that much to drink.
I did. I'm a lightweight, bro.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I don't drink.
I always forget about that because
Smoke.
when I hang out with some people and they're just like, I got fucked up last night. I'm like,
Yo, you
what?
had like 2 drinks. What do you mean you got fucked up?
And that's-
I'm Jordan. I had a gallon of whiskey.
Yeah, and that's how
And
it
I
goes.
was
Though.
slightly intoxicated.
That's how that shit goes.
I could
though.
still say my ABCs.
It's not backwards. I've never practiced that one. I probably should though.
Yo, I practiced that a lot before I started drinking. I used to do it like...
Doesn't hold up too well once you start drinking, does it?
Yeah, no. 'Cause you like kind of forget.
Just call an officer Ossifer once.
Ossifer. Also, that's my favorite thing to do.
I did that once.
Anytime I'm out and about and like I'm fucking
I did that
smoking
once.
or like drinking, I just like
I
Ossifer.
I probably told you about that party me and some friends had back in 2015. I think it was 2015. Yeah, it was 2015. We had like 80 to 100 people or so on this property, and it was
Tobacco use only. I am only consuming tobacco out of this tobacco pipe.
Oh, you say that once we get the cameras rolling. I mean, I don't give a shit either way. But
We can hear it. Do I have to claim it now?
I don't know, but this party got busted. Like I don't know what time it was. It was probably like 12 to 1ish. It was probably pretty late, but it was going pretty crazy. And these officers, they come in and busted, and they kick everybody out because somebody. Apparently people were being loud way down the street, like way down the street.
It's those fucking assholes.
Yeah, and
There's always a handful of them.
I don't know, maybe they were fucking beefing or about to fight or something. But so somebody called the cops, and they came all the way down the street to where the party was happening.
We're gonna find out where these fucking teenagers are doing their teenager shit.
The street was packed, the parking lot was packed. we threw a fucking party.
A couple of cunts gave us away.
Yeah, exactly. But they come in and they shut everything down, and so. I remember talking to it was just 2 of them, and I was like, Oscar, you mind if we clean up? And then, I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh, no, I just said Oscar.
Yeah, I was like, you hear about this? And I'm like, I'm fucked, because I was only 20, and we threw this party, and we had liquor, and we had beer, and we had all these people.
Hey,
and,
Oscar.
Hey, I'll go, hey, Oscar, you mind if we clean up before we get out of here? And he just didn't even pause or think, oh yeah, y'all go ahead, y'all are good, y'all go. They were cool. I've never had any bad interaction with officers. They've always been great, cool, and I'm happy about that. And what was funny is that I don't have to tell like the whole story another time, but we're cleaning up and I'm like half-ass mopping. The floor is full of beer and whatever else people have been drinking. Like it was packed. You couldn't see anything. Lights were off, surround sound. We had fog machines. Fucking laser lights going off everywhere, and so I tried to clean up, but it was all in vain. I was just smearing beer everywhere. And one of the officers, it was a young guy, probably like a ride along, and not a ride along, but like a rookie and an older dude. I'm pretty sure I've seen him around Humble a couple of times, like back then. He's probably retired by now. Hopefully he's old.
Well, son, this is what the fucking youth do.
Yeah. But he was like that. And so the young cop goes, hey, you guys got any Keystone? And the old cop goes, like, without even missing a beat, he goes, Keystone? Son, there's better things in life than that. I just started laughing, and I was like, no, sir, we don't have any Keystone here. And that was
Keystone.
that was a great
That was
party.
the big one.
Keystone.
Yeah,
My first
when I
time
was,
getting fucked up was on Keystone.
Really?
Oh, it was terrible.
By the time I started drinking, because I
Have to tell
hung
that
out.
story another time too.
I hung out with all the party kids. Well, not all of them, but I hung out with kids that fucking partied. And like, I had gone to a couple of like big parties, but I never drank. Like I would just like be DD, or if people played drinking games, I'd be
out.
like the referee.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like whenever like my friends would play King's Cup or Kings, I would listen for all the rule infractions, and I had like a whistle, and I'd fucking call people out like, "Woo," like. So I didn't start drinking until I was 21.
I
but
keep forgetting. I finally got my flag in, so
oh,
I can toss it.
yo,
I'm gonna take it when we go to Barney's, and whenever
fuck,
somebody like
dude.
fucking throw it on
Let
the
me see
table,
that.
flag on the play.
Oh.
Well, you had it, but you
Get
didn't
my
have it.
fingertips.
There you go.
Dude, that's dope.
Yeah.
I need to get one of these.
So yeah, I bought. I thought you tossed it back to me. I bought it just so I could throw it whenever like we're playing like pool or something, or if we ever get in some games of beer pong, I could just toss it. Like, hey.
Yo, I used to carry my whistle with me just because I have like wristbands on me like all the time.
You told me that before. Yeah.
I had a whistle on me like at all points like in time, and there's a couple times where I was at the mall, and I'd see somebody like dribbling a basketball or something, or like doing stuff, and I'd fucking just, and I'd fucking like, I'd fucking hit him from across the walkway. That shit's fun.
I've never been a ref. I've been made the ref in beer pong before, but that's about it. I've never had to referee much else than that. I was usually in the action, playing basketball. So I hate playing. I mean, I love playing basketball. I haven't done it in so long, but I hate playing basketball with people who don't want to admit that they fucked up.
You have Keystone?
What? What? You have Keystone? That was random, just out of nowhere. You stopped. You got Keystone? I absolutely do not have any Keystone.
No, I don't want any.
Yeah.
I'm
not stocking any Keystone, any Coors, any
One
Busch.
of my friends, one time, I was hanging out at a party. I think I brought Axel along, because Axel was staying with me over at my friend's house.
He's the younger one, huh?
Yeah, my younger brother. Yeah, like, we were like fucking glue growing up. He was hanging out with me while I was staying at my friend's house, and we wound up going to a little house get-together where the teenagers were fucking drinking. And one of my friends was on the phone with somebody, and he was just fucked up, and, like, they fucking pounded Keystones. Like, that's what they drank.
Light or regular? They're both
Keystone.
bad.
There's a regular Keystone?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought there was just Keystone Light.
No, most people just know Keystone Light.
Yeah, that's all I know about.
Oh, that's still pretty.
But yeah, no, he was like on the phone, and he was like, "You like Keystone? You like Keystone? Hey, you like Keystone?" And then he like sat there, and he was like drunk, and he goes, "Oh, I'm going down. Oh, I'm going down." And he just like he could tell that he had lost motor function, and so he was just like, "I'm going down. I'm going down," and he just like fell back into the wall. And
I can't laugh too much at
Oh,
that. That
man.
happens. I've had times where I've gotten home.
oh, I do that all the time, bro.
Yeah, well, you do.
When I get fucked up, like, yo, I'm gonna puke. Like,
Yeah.
I'm dead out. Like, I'm serious. I'm gonna puke. I have to puke.
The only time I do like the
Slow
slow
down.
motion going down thing is when I'm like about to get in my bed. Like 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 the day's over. I've got.
Oh yeah,
home,
where you just
I
like
shower.
Yeah, you have that last brace to keep your body weight up, and you
Yeah.
just like you spring it out like a kickstand. It's like taking the kickstand off the bike and just dropping the bike, and you're just like, ah.
Yeah.
Let me
It
just.
It happens to me whenever like I
And then you
step.
just like roll in.
I
and
step
then-
on something near my bed, and it's like not supposed to be there. So I'm like walking regular. I step on like like a fucking yeah. I step on a water bottle, and my body wasn't ready for it. So now I'm slowly trying to keep myself up. Fucking grab onto the blanket, slowly going down and just sinking into the abyss.
It's like playing fucking quap. falling
Yeah,
into
just
bed.
just like playing quap, trying to like use your motor function.
You got like 2 health points max before you get to your bed.
Jesus God. Did you ever beat quap?
No, I watched Axel get really
I have a
far,
picture
though.
from years ago. I think my friend beat it when he was at my house. I don't think I ever beat it. I didn't. I was like, this game sucks. It's funny.
I tried it, and, like, I laughed at it, and I got good enough to run really fast for, like, a few steps and then just fall every time.
Yeah, see.
But I watched Axel play it, and he really likes games like that, so he found out how to, like, go fast. He found out how to, like,
Oh yeah,
go slow.
You could
He found out
do it,
how to,
yeah.
like, he found out how to, like, do this thing where he just, like, fucking dance with, like, his fucking legs. And
Yeah, it's like his knees. He just
yeah.
kind of bounces off his knees.
Yeah, he just kept doing this fucking stupid shit.
Yeah, for those that listen to this and don't know what QWOP is, it's spelled what, QWOP?
Yeah, because it's your keyboard.
Yeah, it's your
it
keyboard.
controls the individual parts
Yeah,
of each leg.
If you ever want to like suffer in life, if you just have the free time to suffer in life, which a lot of us do, just
it's 2023. If you don't know about QWOP, then man, you have really missed out on the internet.
Does QWOP even still up? It probably is.
I was talking about old internet stuff the other day, and Jewel was like, "Oh, you sound like okay, whatever, old man." And I was like, "Oh, you have no idea, like you have no idea how dope the fucking internet was."
How old is she?
23.
Fucking lame. Doesn't know about QWOP probably. Does she know about QWOP?
I don't know.
We better get her into.
I'll have to ask her.
You can't date her if she doesn't know about QWOP.
I'll have to ask her. Like, yo, you know about QWOP?
Yeah, you can't. If she hasn't finished QWOP, you can't date her.
I mean,
that's a rule.
Yeah.
It's a rule.
You know about Stick Death?
What?
Did you ever go to Stick Death when you were a kid?
Stick Death. That sounds so familiar.
StickDeath.com.
I think I did.
The little animations with the guys who were blue and green, but they were just basic stick shapes. And
was it? It wasn't like it was animations.
Yeah, it was
yes.
Early days of Flash.
I remember that they would do some crazy stuff. Did you ever play that game called?
There was
Madness.
Crack House Cleanup. There was Stick Death Survivor. They had like a Super B series where there was like this giant monster truck that looked like Gravedigger.
I'm pretty sure
it would show up, but it would like whenever it would show up, it played Rob Zombie's Super Beast, and it was basically it was like this dude with like Wolverine claws and like long hair, and
and he would just go crazy. Yeah. I remember watching some of those. That was
that used to be used to be able to get to that on the Internet Archive, and
wow,
for the longest time I used that to show people. I was like, yo, did you ever like go to Stick Death? And like they're like, what the fuck was Stick Death? And I was like, oh man, you missed out on literally the greatest thing on the internet. And I went and I would go to the Wayback Machine and show them. And then like maybe 10 years ago, I never saved the animations. I was really mad because I thought about it for the longest time. I was like, yo, I can save the animations here. But like I never just like set aside like hours of a day to save all the animations, but they pulled it from the fucking Wayback Archives, so you can't even use the Internet Archive to get to Stick Death anymore.
So Stick Death doesn't even exist anymore.
No, it's Stick Death has been wiped. Stick Death exists in my brain, and people that got to experience Stick Death, like their brains alone. So like if you got to see Stick Death, and we went to it like all the time, like that is one of my favorite things that has ever existed on the internet. It was awesome.
I never really got to.
I showed Jewel Meat Spin. Have you ever seen Meat Spin?
Meat Spin, yes, I remember that too. I don't think I went to it too much, but I know other people
who
would go to it and
the
show
fucking
me.
Song, I forgot the name of the track, but the fucking track that they used for Meat Spin came on the radio the other day, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, there's only like one thing that I can think of every time I hear this song. I was like, the internet ruined this song for me, Jewel. And she giggled, and I was like, oh, you're going to see how and why when we get back. Because we were like going to go pick up food or something. And we go and we get food and we come back. And I was like, yo, you want to see how the internet ruined that song for me? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, I showed her.
Show you some things.
I just showed it to her. And I was like, yo. And the song was playing, but the gay counter wasn't. Because if you used to sit there, you could sit there and I'm not going to explicitly say what it is. I'm just going to like I'm going to hope that people take the initiative anyone that winds up listening to this, I hope they take the initiative to go to the Wayback Machine and go to Meatspin.
So is that how you get to like the archives?
So there's
of the-
meatspin.com, there's meatspin.org, meatspin.fr, Phone Trace, which was a way, like it's phonetrace.com. It was like this website where you would put in a phone number, and it starts to zoom in on like a Google Maps. So it starts with like a way out thing, and it starts to get closer and closer and closer, and right before it gets to like a street view, it pulls up Meatspin, and it just like yeah. It was so fucking awesome, dude. And then there was Halo 360 Films, which was like a same redirect. It was halo360films.com, but you would type that in and go to it, and it was just Meatspin.
It just sounds like I feel like I ran into that in like middle school.
That shit was so fucking funny, man. Like,
I tried to think of what the hell that was.
so there was that, Goatsy, Tub Girl, One Guy, One Jar.
Oh, those are
Special
those.
fried rice. Yeah, the shock sites.
Yeah. See, I didn't go to. I remember hearing about Meatspin. I never went to it, or I never went to those. But
Oh yeah, that's
always
what
hear
that
about,
was. Meatspin was one of those things.
I'd always hear about those fucking things, cause like those fucking people that just go look up anything they wanted to, then they'd come back and tell you about it, and it's like why did you go look this up? Oh, somebody told me to, and it's like okay.
Human curiosity.
Yeah, they
Morbid
tell
curiosity.
fucking Two Girls, One Cup. I never watched it. Never.
Oh man, that shit. So
Never watched it.
So
And
I told
at
you
a
my
point-
thing about like feces. I told you my thing about like shit. Like
Oh, you didn't watch it?
I did. I knew what it was, and I knew
And you
what it was
still
about,
watched it?
and I still watched it. Like yeah, I was like, yo, I have to see this, and I was laughing and gagging at the same time. I was just like, it was just so odd.
I never
'Cause-
watched it, but I knew like after a moment where word keeps passing around about something, and then you see everybody's reactions, you're like, this can't be good. So I never was like, you know what? Let me go check out this thing, because somebody described, they're shitting in a cup or something like that, and I don't know what the fuck else happens, and I was just like,
They
what?
start to eat it like ice cream.
See,
Like ice cream.
that's
like
fucking
ice cream.
nasty. And once they
Isn't it,
describe
dude?
the shitting in the cup part, that's when I realized
that's
I
when you
didn't
checked
need
out.
to.
It's like, yeah, I don't need to see
I
this.
don't need to see
Feces.
this.
I don't need to see this.
I don't need to see.
Yeah, no, that's exactly like I paused it. So like as soon as it comes out and goes into the cup, I fucking paused it and started like like, but I was laughing, and then I was like, well, we gotta see like where it goes.
See the rest of it.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing, laughing and gagging.
Oh.
I once saw, so whenever we first started fucking around on the internet,
The interwebs.
I don't know how I found this. I used to just go through like the deepest like rabbit holes of the internet. Like I would search for something, like maybe not even like there was a couple of times where like we were like specifically like perverted searching for stuff. Like we would just like type in a word and then put the word porn after it just to see what we could like, and we would find like the most like
You're gonna find some crazy stuff.
we typed amputee porn one time, and we saw this dude that had an amputated leg, and he was like stomping a mud hole with his like little like it was like right below the knee, and he was just fucking going in on this chick, like with his with his little nub.
My innocent mind.
Oh
he
yeah,
was just stomping in some mud.
My innocent mind.
I thought he was stomping in some
Oh
mud.
no, it was like Stone Cold. Like when Stone Cold got him in the corner and he's just fucking dude. Yeah, no, it was that, but in like a chick's like fucking vagina with his like little amputated leg. Like man.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, we did like we searched for a ton of crazy stuff, and like I don't know, we used to do stuff like that. And at some point, like early on in my days of internet exploring,
the quotations, the air quotations. Put up the air quotations.
We came across like a coprophilia site. You know what that is, right?
A copper?
Coprophilia.
No, what is that one?
So that is the sexual, I guess, appreciation. That's the fetish for poo. Feces.
Wait, why is it called that?
Coprophilia?
Yeah. Is that some Latin word that stands for poop, and they just kind of...
Well, what is it?
You said copper. How do you spell that? Oh, hold on. No, that's coprophagia. Coprophile. Oh, yeah. Okay, so, coprophilia. Marked interest in excrement.
Yeah.
To put it in a smart way, yeah. A coprophile, a feces-loving organism. And what you could say, like, hey, like a worm is a fucking coprophile. Hopefully not too many humans, but, there's some stuff out there. Some crazy people.
Yeah, see, like, I'm not one to, like, I don't kink shame. Like, if that gets you off,
Oh, yeah, no, I don't kink shame either.
cool, like,
Somebody wants to watch shit smeared on somebody.
yeah, it's like,
that's all
I
for them.
don't get it.
I'm not going to watch it.
I truly, I mean, I wouldn't mind.
Hey, wait, are monkeys coprophiles?
Maybe.
Because they
I don't
throw
know.
shit at
well,
people?
they throw it. I feel like that's more
They laugh at it.
I mean, humans laugh at shit. I think humans innately laugh at shit. Like dick and fart jokes. There's an entry level.
Yeah.
Like the fart can make you curious.
Yeah,
but then you're like,
as you get older, you gotta come up with some more creative.
Well, as you get older, like you get tired of the same old fart jokes, so you start taking it a little bit higher, Jordan. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit higher.
You go from farts to oh, what if
you stone cold somebody's asshole?
What if I fart in your mouth? And then oh, it tastes a little like propane.
What the fuck?
Why don't you give me some? I was wondering how long. I was wondering how long I could go.
I couldn't hear you whisper.
Man.
I was checking to see if the whispers got picked up, which it seemed like they might have. I don't know how you got your mic facing, but I think it picked up. But then you were like, then it tastes like propane, and I heard that part, and I was like, hold on. I've been lost ever since we entered the meat spin domain. So now we're
talking about. I don't know how we got onto weird internet stuff.
Because meat spin was a weird.
I
website.
somehow came across this fucking coprophilia site, and as a joke, quote unquote prank Axel, I fucking turned off the computer monitor, cause we would at this point in time, it was Halo 2 days, and so we were constantly just taking turns playing Halo and on the weekends. And so on the weekend we had the computer in the kitchen. We moved the computer to the kitchen and had internet stuff going while all of I guess my brothers and our friends took turns playing Halo and switching out.
Yeah.
And I had turned off the computer monitor, and I went and got Axel. I was like, yo, something about the computer. And he turned it on, and he goes, why are they having sex in mud? And I was like, I started giggling and laughing, and I was like, that's not mud. And he goes, wait, what? That's, and yo. And then he just fucking, yeah. But man, the internet was a wild place. And there's all sorts of stuff.
No, that's entirely true. And I'm glad I never looked at those sites.
Yeah, no, I was just curious because
well, no, you have definitely
I had seen stuff, and I was like, man, if this exists, how far, what is the end of the
internet?
Yeah.
How far can you go?
How far in this direction can you go? And what? And it's crazy because as wild as it was then, I'm pretty sure it's even more wild.
I think it's definitely a bit more wild. I remember when I was.
Did you ever fuck with Tor or?
Tor, the VPN, was that a VPN site or was that
that was one of the
torrenting?
That was the dark web service browser.
Okay, yeah, so that VPN'd you into because I remember whenever I would see shit, I didn't back then. You didn't have to use Tor to get to it just yet. So I mean, while you were watching this stuff, I was probably watching about this. Oh yeah, go for it. It's kind of falling. It's all dry up. But I remember going to a site called Blood Shows. I don't know if you ever went to that. That was a site back then that was fucking crazy.
Was it just like snuff stuff?
Yeah, pretty much. Like it was like politicians getting like executed and blah blah blah. Like it was just real world, like death stuff. I know somebody who sends me some of that stuff just randomly. Like I'm like, holy fuck! Like this is on, and it'll be shit on Instagram, and I'm like, this is on Instagram. What the fuck is this doing here? I thought the world was kind of.
I
rid of
saw
most of that.
Saddam Hussein.
Oh yeah, I think everybody saw Saddam Hussein.
I saw that on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. I remember seeing that
on my
YouTube.
Wii. That was the very
on your
first.
Wii?
Yeah, that was the.
Look at this fucking first world country shit. I saw Saddam
I
Hussein
saw
get executed on my Wii.
Saddam Hussein
Saddam
get
Hussein
hanged on my
Wii.
Nintendo Wii.
And then I played Wii bowling.
No, I think I played
And just
Twilight
reflected
Princess
on-
after that.
Just reflected on what I just saw. Over some Wii tennis. No.
I didn't really reflect. I kind of just like celebrated.
Yeah, you just watch it.
I was
Oh,
so
shit.
shocked because I think the video was maybe 10, 15 minutes old. Because I don't know, YouTube didn't have like a streaming thing then. Like there was no
No.
streaming to YouTube. Somebody like recorded that and then it got
They put it
posted to
on there,
YouTube.
yeah.
And
I think it's-
I remember, I forgot what I was looking on, but somehow I found out that the video was on YouTube. And
Yeah, that was widely available on YouTube before, they
yeah, before, like,
got rid of it, censored stuff and all that, yeah. I remember.
but I remember watching
It's
that.
crazy looking at that stuff and how that was supposed to help a region and it just kind of destabilized it and it didn't get any better. Like Saddam Hussein, Gaddafi, it was like, getting rid of these people will make these countries way better, and then it just, everything got worse. But I mean, that's if you're into politics in the Middle East, because I study some of that stuff every now and then. I say a lot of worldly politics, but none of those regions ever rebounded. Like those people actually kept things on track with like pretty much an iron fist. And then once they got, deposed of, everything just kind of went to shit. Even with U.S. military intervention. But, we just keep saying everything's all right. Until we got to pull out of Afghanistan and people are holding on to our fucking planes. Which is insane.
That shit was pretty wild.
Yeah, seeing those videos, I was like, holy shit. People are really
Alright, guys.
hanging out. Yeah.
We took all the oil. And you know that we've got all the opium.
This fucking opium did we take? The opioids did we take from over there?
Yeah. Get all that poppy.
Is that one of their main, like, exports? Agricultural?
There's tons of poppy fields in the Middle East.
Hmm.
So,
We're taught to believe it's
we
all
initially,
sand.
there was the oil resource. And then beyond that, there was just tons of poppy fields. And so, there's the idea that we were over there to harvest poppy and get that over here to make pills to give to people. And that's why everybody's on, That's why that whole opioid epidemic.
I mean, it just doesn't
We
get
fed our
better.
citizens the fruits of our labor in the Middle East.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. I don't know too much about the opioid. I can't even say the fucking word. Opioid part. But, I could definitely see it being true. But, it's funny. Me and a coworker were having a conversation probably about 2.5, 3 months ago, where we were talking about how crazy it is that a lot of things you think wouldn't happen have happened, and it was the CIA. Because the CIA does, like, more of the international affairs, spying and shit like that. And it's like,
What didn't think, like, what would happen? That the CIA would exist?
No, not the existence of the CIA. Just like, how things aren't people will think things are far fetched, and I'm just like, you think that's far fetched? Wait till you know or find out what the CIA has done. And it's like, oh, can you believe that happened? CIA. It's like,
They've done some fucked up shit.
Yeah, they tried to. I forget the operation name, but whenever they tried to blame Cuba for attacking our citizens, but they were gonna attack our citizens, the CIA, and they were gonna blame Cuba for it, just so like Americans would get all riled up.
That's why everybody thought that that's like why the whole 9/11 thing exists.
Yeah, I don't know when the Cuba thing was declassified, and it probably was out. Oh yeah, no, that was like what, the fucking 60s something. So it might have been declassified by then, but it's like, yeah, I mean, stuff like that definitely happens. These false, I guess nowadays we'd call them false flag operations, but still, it's like it's crazy to think that those things have been on the table. If you actually look it up, it has been admitted that we would fake foreign attacks on U.S. soil, and it's like, holy shit. But jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams.
I don't put anything past the government.
No, and nobody should, because it's the fucking government, and they will and can do some crazy shit. I mean, there have been times where they've lied to other governments about stuff we've done, and they still do that to this day, obviously. Like when we tested our thermonuclear device in the Marshall Islands, and it was a Japanese fishing boat that came by, and they saw that shit, and they went and told people, and they were like, we don't believe you. And it was like, the U.S. tried to keep it under wraps, and they not only used U.S. Soldiers, but British soldiers as test dummies, where they had them stand there and put their hands in front of their face, while they detonate this bomb, and people would see, because the x-rays, they would see their bones and flesh and blood, and a lot of them...
And they melted a couple of weeks later.
I mean, a lot of them got leukemia and died, and people in the Marshall Islands, we still pay to get them treatment, to come over here to get treated, because radiation in some of their water. I don't know if it's how bad it is nowadays. It's probably negligible, but it still exists, that a lot of that area got contaminated by the U.S. doing shit that it said it wasn't doing and being caught. So it's like, holy shit, like...
Yeah, that shit's intense.
Yeah. Detonating nuclear weapons in the sea and just being like, telling everybody, like, you didn't see anything. And they actually have that Japanese fishing boat, because it veered off course to go where it shouldn't have been. And that's why they saw it. They actually, when they got back, they told people, and people didn't believe them. They actually ended up finding it, how badly irradiated those people were. And that ship is
oh my
actually...
God, those fishermen were right.
Yeah, yeah. One of those fucking movie scenes.
To them.
One of those fucking movie scenes.
Oh, no.
They actually have the boat in a museum.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like, they went... That's
awesome.
These
are the guys we should have listened to, 70 years ago.
But this was after we bombed Japan. So, like,
But they didn't think they'd do it again.
Well,
those rascals aren't going to do that again.
Because, like,
we've been over here minding our business.
Yeah, at that point, everything's getting all good. Everybody's signing treaties and shit. The world's kind of going all right.
We make the greatest cars
except for the Cold War.
Been known to man, and we sell them around the world.
Yeah,
they're not going to just drop nukes on us again.
Somebody's got to take out Toyota, keep it off the top.
Yeah, nope. Uncle Sammy wants to drop bombs.
Fucking Uncle Sammy.
Yo, going back into our Thailand adventures.
Oh.
I told Tabby, like I had to take a shit, like when I was like at the bar. And I was like, yo, it's like really like weird and like taking some time getting used to, like fully wiping my ass now. Like I only like I have to wipe so many times now.
Oh, right.
As opposed to just like once or twice. Like, yeah, like I was like, and she was like, what? And I was like, yo, they have bidets over there. Every fucking toilet has a fucking bidet. And it's dope. Yeah, because you do the little spray, and then you wipe like once or twice to get like the last remnant, and then like dry it off, or just like dry it off, because some of the bidets are better, a little better performance.
I like the, see, I never used the one with the fucking, the sink nozzle.
Oh, the sink nozzle.
Oh, the dryer was amazing. When we went to Terminal 21.
Is that where it was?
Yeah, Terminal 21.
I spent the entire time trying to remember where the one that had the dryer was, and I was like, "Where the fuck is it?"
Terminal 21 on the Japan floor.
Dude.
Yeah, they had a mean ass dryer. I didn't know my ass was dry until I went down.
I was like, "That bullshit." I was like, "There's no way."
Yeah,
I was
no.
like, because I saw the picture and I was like, "A dryer." I was like, "Whatever," and I pressed it and I was like, "This ain't dry."
It doesn't
And then
feel
I was like, "No way." And I took like a little square
Dude,
to it.
Dry as shit.
Bone dry. I was like, that hurt. Like, it's
it
dry.
doesn't even feel hot.
No.
It's a dryer that doesn't feel hot.
And it's like a
and your
quick,
ass is just fucking.
It's just like a poof.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, no, I that's a fucking.
I
nice
was so
bidet.
shocked.
Whenever I used that one, because the only other bidet that we had that I used was the one in the first hotel. Whenever I used that one in Terminal 21, and then it had the different fucking other settings, the dryer,
the Cadillac settings.
Yeah, the Cadillac settings, and it was really nice and clean. After I used that one, I was like, yo, I gotta get one of these fucking toilets. Cause I think that's the whole toilet. That's not you can get the ones with the attachments that do it.
Yeah.
But they usually just like heat up the water or something like that. But that shit with the dryer, that was nice.
Yeah, I don't know how much the ones with the dryer are.
Over here, they're way too fucking much.
That thing is.
You can get them on Home Depot, and they're like thousands of dollars. And I'm not about to pay that damn much for a toilet.
Thousands of dollars for a bidet.
Well, you get the attachment for like, $40, $50 that you can put in your toilet right now. Especially you can get the one that heats up the water too, but if you try to get the
oh god, it's still burning.
The whole actual toilet bidet, like everything built in, it's way too much. Like look at this, I'm looking it up right now on Home Depot.
Is that time right?
What?
It's only 9:30.
It's only 9:30.
Holy shit. Okay,
so one right here, the bidet made on Home Depot, $1,500. That's a whole toilet.
Oh, okay.
There's one right here that's just a lid, and it's $1,300. Oh, toilet prices are fucking. I mean, they're not that expensive. I
haven't been in the toilet game.
I've
never owned a house. Just.
So all right, you can get a basic ass toilet, one of the ones that has like the buttons on them nowadays.
Yeah, how many simoleons?
For like 100. The simoleons. Like this is the Sims. We're just gonna drop this shit in. You can get like a basic toilet for like about $100. I mean, it's seriously just $100 for
13 times the amount to never have to use toilet paper. That's not bad because that's like the upfront cost. But you gotta think, you buy $100 toilet, and even if it lasts, I was gonna say even if it lasts 10 years, like, what do you?
How much toilet paper?
What are you spending in toilet paper?
That's like the talk I give whenever I talk to people about solar. It's like you're gonna have.
But human being. That's why there's not bidets everywhere because Americans are fucking dumb.
Yeah, because they're like, I'll just stick to my old ways. I'll save money. But it's like, dude, you might have to. Wait, hold
Whatever,
on.
you old fuck.
What did you just say?
I said,
Oh, I thought you did the Kid Rock, the dig it, whatever the fuck that.
Hey, I mean, I guess his mindset's appropriate.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
It's funny. Well, I guess finishing back on old people being old. Yeah, no. Solar makes sense. What were we talking about before solar?
Toilets.
Toilets
make sense.
Bidets are dope. But yeah, like that's not bad. $1,300, $1,500. But that's like the price of the toilet, like right then and there.
Yeah, and you get to have
and that's it.
The comfort of not using nearly as much toilet paper.
Yeah, your toilet paper is probably gonna like you might buy a 6-pack like twice a year.
And then your water usage goes down too. Actually, I mean, you might be squirting your asshole, but you're not flushing toilet paper down multiple times if you need to.
Yeah,
you're straight up cleaning your asshole.
Sometimes those people take multi-flush dumps.
Yeah.
I think I've only had like 3 multi-flush dumps in my entire life. 3 or 4.
Me too. I think it's just the usage of toilet paper. I never really had too many dumps where I'm just like, I gotta keep fucking,
Just keep shitting.
keep shit.
I've had a couple of volume ones like that.
That
I
happens.
was just like, oh man.
You definitely have times where you have to keep shitting. I've had times where I'm like, all right, I gotta go use the restroom.
How did I even eat this much?
And dude, I had that.
It's like, when you drink a lot, you're like, I'm never drinking again. You're like, man, I'm never eating again.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna eat fucking shit.
Those are the ones where you
the
gotta
rest
take
of my
off your
life.
shirt and your shoes and everything on the toilet, and you gotta really focus on staying alive as you tear
Usually
open.
when I know I'm gonna have one of those,
Tear
I
asunder
know I'm
your
gonna hit the
asshole.
shower right afterwards. So I just
That's not a bad idea.
I
though.
just hit the I just get naked as soon as I get in there. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be here for a while,
I've never done that.
and I'm
but
gonna take a
that's
shower afterwards.
That's not a bad idea. I should probably. Well, I mean, I haven't had one of those in a minute, but that wouldn't be a bad thing to do.
What hour are we at? 2
Mm.
2 hours 4 minutes. 2 hours 5
2 hours,
minutes.
5 minutes.
We
So-
could just keep going for. It's only 9:30.
We can go for as long as you want. It just depends on, when we put it up.
How what?
How
How
many
long
people-
it's gonna take to how long it's gonna take to upload, and like how long
Well, I mean, on
people
this,
are willing to listen to it.
yeah, on this one, it's not going to be long to upload because it's all audio, and we're just going to put a picture on it. We don't have the camera set up yet, so it's mostly just how.
Yeah, this is
long-
the test run.
Yeah, it's
This is
mostly
the pilot.
Yeah, this is pretty much the pilot for everything. So it's pretty much how long people would actually listen to us talk about.
Well, see, we
Thailand
can't even
and
judge it off
games
of that
and
because
shit.
we can. We're having pretty decent Discord right now,
Oh yeah, no, it's
so
not
we
bad at
could
all.
break it into 2 parts. We could just keep going and then see how long our total session for today
Shit,
goes.
it'd have to be probably more than 2 parts by the time we're done. We just keep fucking going, and I mean that's fine.
What average podcast is like? What 30, 45 hour?
But what?
What's the average length of a
You said
podcast?
30, 45 hour.
30, 45 hours.
Of an
35
hour?
minutes, 45 minutes,
Break it
hour.
down. Yeah, no, the average, like of people just talking will probably be like 30 to 40. Most of the ones I listen to.
You can't even get that much done in 30 to 40 minutes.
What?
So you can't even get that much done.
No,
If
no.
you're just
so,
talking.
like, especially.
You're having to like speed through I mean, we've been all over the place today.
Oh yeah, no, we've talked about a lot of different topics.
We have gone fucking everywhere.
Usually, when I listen to podcasts that are about fucking government or politics or history or some shit like that, they're obviously more than 30, 45 minutes.
Oh yeah, because they're trying to like deep dive on like one particular.
one
subject.
particular subject or shit. If you were to listen to Joe Rogan's podcast, it'd probably go for fucking long, about 3 hours. Some of them.
I haven't listened to Joe Rogan in a while.
Me neither. Since he went to Spotify, even though I have Spotify, I only get on Spotify for music. I don't get on to listen to podcasts. I might, hear a couple of things. So I'm driving or something, like going a distance.
Dude, should we just start name dropping podcasts? Be like, yo,
I don't know. I mean, we could.
name drop. I don't listen to podcasts either.
Yeah, so that's all
I
I'm like.
listen to legitimately the one and only one that I listen to is Dave Mose and Talib.
Oh yeah, I see.
Midnight
Yeah,
Miracle.
I
It's like
try
the
not
one
to.
and only thing that I listen to.
Throughout my day, if I'm doing stuff, I try not to listen to Like if I'm at work, I'll listen to them. But if I'm at home, I'm doing other stuff.
See, I don't even know how to
What?
channel the podcaster.
You said channel the podcast.
Channel the podcaster. I mean, I guess like ultimately we're trying.
This is
to,
why I'm gonna get headphones. So when you do shit like that,
You
and
can
I'm like,
hear what I say.
what did you say?
You have headphones.
Well, yeah, but I want to get a whole set because they're only. I mean, we can get some decent ones.
You can't turn those on and listen to me.
I know I could.
Oh well, then just do that then.
I mean, I ain't gonna do it right now because I don't feel like it. But
Oh okay.
I'm about to have to go take a piss, so I'm just kind of. I'm kinda waiting.
Yo, we gotta find those default YouTube tracks.
The fuck.
So yeah, I guess ultimately the thing that we're gonna be doing is talking and I guess wanting people to hear us.
Yeah, you
Or
talk,
trying to get people to hear us.
and we want people to.
So how do we do that? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Name drop podcast. That's how.
How the fuck does
Start
that
name
work?
dropping people. Yo, guess what?
I hope the algorithm takes you
Yeah.
to here because it's like, hey, the algorithm searched
Listen
our
to
podcast.
listen to 3 podcasts between the two of you together. and be like, yo, I don't really fuck with podcasts, but I'm gonna make one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I listen to like 1 to 2 podcasts.
I
don't know how to do this. Let's try it.
On my work account, I have a lot of podcasts on there, but my home account, I don't really have any fucking podcasts on
You
here.
should just like listen to other people's podcasts and like mimic what they do.
I mean, we could.
We should cover a podcast.
What do you mean cover a podcast?
What do you mean? What do I mean cover a podcast?
Cover
You'll
a
play
podcast?
Joe Rogan and I'll play whatever guest he has. Or I can play
Like-
Joe Rogan
like
and
when-
you can play the guest. And like how musicians cover songs, we will literally rehearse.
We'll just
go
act
find
like we're
an
in it.
episode and we'll just fucking cover.
We're gonna
We'll just
act like
cover
we're
a
in the
fucking
podcast.
podcast.
We'd have to do a Joe Rogan and Alex
With Alex Jones.
Joe,
Joe, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm kind of
I'm
retarded.
kinda retarded.
No, that'd be fucking funny. I'd do that. But they do long ones. They always do like
Yeah,
shit.
no,
I mean,
we're gonna
2
have to.
hours
We're
in.
gonna have to do that.
It's like I have the documents, Joe. One of my favorite. I think it's on the third one. He has Alex Jones and they're drinking whiskey and stuff. And at the very end of it, he's like, "No, we're gonna keep going." And he looks down at his fucking documents. He goes, "I've covered a lot of this already, actually." And then Joe just starts fucking laughing. And it's funny to me because, you know, Alex Jones, he brings his documents and he's always ready to talk about the subjects he's got. And he's just, you know, he gets really into it. He's a really energetic guy. I want to meet him one day.
What we're gonna do.
And no, we're gonna do something like that.
We're gonna cover a podcast.
We're gonna cover a podcast, and it's gonna be it's gonna be the Mike Tyson Alex Jones one. That was a good one.
You know what? We'll do like an hour segment or an hour and a half segment. So that way we're not putting the idea that we're going to cover a podcast. Because if we publish... we're going to... like, what if somebody listens to this and they're like, oh my God, these guys are going to cover a podcast.
Yeah, they won't know when it's going to happen.
Let me cover a podcast before they actually get a chance.
Yeah, right.
So we're going to put this in, like, part 2 or 3.
You know, but Cornbread already kind of did that with the Space Ghost thing.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. Well, he didn't cover one,
genius
but he put
fucking
himself
idea.
into it. That was a
He
great
just
promo.
spliced himself into a fucking Space
Great
Ghost
promo.
episode.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
God damn, that was funny.
With Cornbread in it was just fucking perfect. Because
Yeah,
it was
but
the perfect level of awkwardness.
Nobody's covered a podcast, and we're gonna take it serious. Like we're gonna be like how like it's like a cover band, like covering songs. Like we're gonna cover.
It's gonna be
podcast.
way harder because the fucking.
We're just gonna cover a fucking podcast.
It's gonna be.
That's gonna be so stupid.
That would be stupid, but it's funny as fuck.
It's like the. Well, I mean, we don't know what to do yet. So
No. But hold on, I gotta piss. You talk about some other shit you've done.
I talk about some other shit that I've done. Well, give me a word or a subject, and I'll talk to the people in computer land.
Sciatica.
Sciatica.
Yeah.
I don't have a story for that. Give me.
Talk about your bad back.
I don't have a bad back.
Well, act like you got one.
Act like I have a bad back. Do you have sciatica? Is your back hurting from years and years of maybe spending time on it? Either in your slumber or in sexual activity, strain on your back can apparently cause sciatica later in life. Do you have sciatica? Try marijuana. I don't know if that will actually help, but it's good. Sciatica. What the fuck? So one day at what was this? Like a party, like a birthday party or some sort of like anniversary. I don't know. Something where like a little fucking moonwalk was involved. I spent some time in there. And I was bouncing around and stuff. And when I left, I like slid. I did like a little baseball slide. getting out of the moonwalk while having to like sit on my ass and get bounced around by the fucking shitheads in there. I just like baseball slid out, and when I did that, my feet didn't quite like it was a little bit higher up than I anticipated, and my feet didn't quite. Or I guess it wasn't as high as I thought it was. And when I slid out, my feet didn't catch. Like, I didn't land on my feet exiting the moonwalk. I just, like, fell on my ass. And the moonwalk was on, like, a gravel ground, sort of. And so when I landed on my ass, a rock had hit my tailbone. Like, just, like, as soon, like, I went, like, I was sliding into fucking home, feet first. Went out of the moonwalk and landed on my ass, rock right in the tailbone, and I had hit so hard with such a great like the impact just there was like a flash of white, and I felt really dizzy. Like I stood up and like I was walking around like I kind of do when I'm drunk now, like just like really loose and like wobbly, and there was like speckles of color. I had hit that motherfucker hard. Bah! And a few years before that happened, I had done like a front flip off of our bunk bed onto the other bed that we had. Because we had a bunk bed with just like a standalone twin, like off to the side. And I did a front flip off the top of the bunk bed. And one of the springs on the side bed just like right on my tailbone. Flash of white. Dizzy. Hurt. Couldn't walk. Sciatica. I might have it. Who knows? I've landed on my tailbone.
It sounded like you were doing a horror story, actually. So I was
well,
like,
you fucking gave me the goddamn sciatica. Like, you gave me some stupid fucking word.
It's because I was talking about sciatica earlier today, so you're like, give me something. I was like, oh, all right,
Sciatica. And I started, like, infomercialing it because I didn't know what to do.
Do you have sciatica?
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
We have this brand new medication that may help you,
and that
but may kill you at the same time.
Well, no, it doesn't kill you because it just grows out of the earth. It's marijuana. I was like, and that's what I said. I was like, oh, try weed.
That makes sense.
I was like, I don't know if it helps sciatica, but it probably helps with the pain symptoms.
I mean, definitely. No, because I mean, whenever somebody, what was her name? You work with her. Courtney, she worked at the bar for a bit, and she said she had back problems being in an accident, and she would smoke to make it better. She always had like the weed pen on her. So I mean, fuck it, I believe it. The only person I know with back pains that.
Oh, we're gonna have to bleep out those names.
Do we?
I think so.
Why?
I don't know.
I mean,
Can we name drop?
Yeah, no, we can name
Talk about illicit activities? I don't know.
Illicit activities are a little different depending on the activities. Like if it's like kidnapping or something, you don't want to.
You know somebody that's kidnapped somebody?
Probably so. I probably know a couple of stories.
Well, we can't tell them here.
No.
That's wild.
Well, it depends on what people call kidnapping.
Oh. It all depends on your interpretation of the word.
I remember when I was before we left to Thailand.
Okay, Bill.
I was like, I got to go grab some people.
Oh,
and I forgot what.
Jordan, we thought you meant you needed to pick some people up.
No, I forgot exactly.
Oh no, I needed to grab some people.
I forgot what was said, and I go, no, legally. I need to legally go grab some people. I'm not kidnapping anybody. But I've never kidnapped anybody. I've been not almost kidnapped, but I've been kind of held against my will in non-dangerous situations.
In non-dangerous situations.
But it's like, I'm like, hey, just fucking take me home. And they're like,
hey,
no, we got to do this, we got to do that. It's like, no, we don't have to do shit. I don't have to do shit. But, it's like I said, it's not like.
You want to play Monopoly?
Playing Monopoly is kind of kidnapping if somebody doesn't want to play, because that shit takes forever. I kept trying. An ex I had, she kept trying to like get me to sell like my blue carded something when I had houses on it. Oh, I'm giving you a good deal. I'm like, no, that's a complete shit deal. I'm not doing that.
Never
And it just
solved.
kept going on for hours until we finally just gave up on that. Because we had the digital bank too, so it's like nobody really runs out of money.
I hate that fucking game.
Yeah, yeah, it could be a bit crazy and long, but it was fun. It was fun. I'll say that.
I got 4 board games from my grandma's house, from Mama's house, before they had their estate sale. I should have grabbed the Monopoly. I'm really mad I didn't grab
Old
the
school Monopoly.
It was Monopoly that was printed in like the 50s.
Holy shit! Why didn't you grab that? You just didn't wanna
Because
play
I had
Monopoly?
already grabbed like 4 other board games, and I was like, well, no, I really, really like Monopoly.
Did you at least grab Sorry? Did they have Sorry?
They did, but I didn't grab it. So
Oh,
I
what the fuck,
grabbed.
they had Sorry.
I grabbed some weird astrology board game that I don't remember playing. It was there, but like it was like clearly old. I was like, I don't remember ever playing this. So I grabbed that. I grabbed. Oh, I forgot to grab the fucking Chevy Land sweepstakes. There was a board game based off of like fucking like Corvettes and like it was like Monopoly, but it was a faster paced game. It wasn't as grueling, and everything was based off of like Corvettes and shit.
That sounds pretty cool.
It was from like the 70s or something. I forgot to grab that, but I grabbed that astrology board game. This game called Battle Cry, which is a Civil War board game.
Damn.
It's the Union versus the Confederacy, and you have a certain number of like pieces, and they all start like the game starts the same like every time. Like certain troops and certain pieces start on the map in certain spots, and then you just move them and try to take territories, and you get like cards to like trade for you. It's kind of like that element of risk with like the cards.
Oh yeah.
And then there's like train stations and stuff where you can like take those. I got another game, The Sinking of the Titanic.
What the hell?
It's fucking dope, dude. So the first part of the game, you're on the Titanic and you're trying to collect passengers and like food and water tokens as you go, because when the game starts, I think there's like 2 or 3 turns before it starts to sink, and then the board like shifts, and like the actual playing space is the ship, and you rotate it and it goes into the water. And like if you're in the water, then like on the turn or whatnot, when it goes in, then you're fucking like out. And the objective is to collect food and water tokens and passengers, and then you get to a lifeboat, and when it fully sinks, you try to get to an island and like get help and like get out. And like while you're sailing to the islands, like you can lose passengers, like they fall, they fall out of their,
That's
like
crazy.
they fall out of the boat, or like you have to eat them. Like there's cannibalism cards. Yeah, like there's cannibalism cards. Like you.
When was this game made?
That copy I think came out in like the late 60s or early 70s, and it actually had a title change. My aunt told me, she was like, "Oh, I'm really glad that this one's staying in the family," because that was like her favorite board game. And she was like, "I'm glad that like somebody's like keeping this." And she was like, "They actually changed the name of the game later on." And I was like, "Oh yeah?" She was like, "Yeah." And it's like, so the one I have is The Sinking of the Titanic, and I think it was changed to, I forgot what it was changed.
That's pretty crazy, because they wouldn't have that shit nowadays.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then the other one that I got,
the downing of MH370, the one that like disappeared in
the last one I grabbed,
Indian Ocean, I think it was, maybe,
is the fucking greatest. Oh my god. And it was only printed for 1 year.
Oh wow.
It's called King Oil. And the premise is that you all, like the players are all playing as oil barons. And before the start of the game, there's this system in the board where there's these like discs, and there's like 3 discs, and you rotate them until everybody like agrees to like stop. And so the playing space is just like this wide open like field. It's just like open terrain, and on your turn you take this oil derrick, and it has a little rod at the bottom, and you poke it in these holes, in the terrain, and then there's a little thing that shoots up and out of the top, and it's like a gusher, or it's like like you found oil, but there's like like a weak stream, and then there's like barely any at all, and then there's like none, and it's like a random game every time because you spin those little discs, and so like it changes which hole, it
That's
changes
pretty
the
cool,
depth
though.
of the holes. And
Man,
yeah,
they had cool board games back
man,
then. We got
it's
shit.
one of the dopest fucking board games, and I can't wait to make people play it.
To make people play
Oh
it?
yeah, because I've been telling people about this board game for like the last like 10 years, like because I've only had it at Mama's house. Like that's the only place I've ever seen it. And I tell people about it all the time, like, yo, there's this fucking game called King Oil.
Yeah, we gotta find
and
some fucking oil.
It's awesome. We'll have to find like one or two more people to play.
Yeah, we got the
That
whole
and
table right there. I mean, we
The
could.
Sinking of the Titanic's a very fun game too.
I want to play that. That sounds pretty interesting too. The sinking of the Titanic.
I'm-
Like that's
I'm
crazy.
really upset that I didn't grab Monopoly and I fucking forgot Chevy Land Sweepstakes. There was also we had a Green Eggs and Ham board game,
Wow.
a Cat in the Hat board game, Hi Ho Cherry-O.
I don't think I know that.
We
I
had
don't
an
know that.
old. I'm so mad I forgot to grab it. Remember that thing at Natsuo? That little schoolhouse? That white schoolhouse with like the bell that's like usually sitting up on top of the shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah, Momo has that like at her house, and I totally forgot to grab it. I wanted to grab it and like bring it to Natsuo and be like, yo,
Oh, that would have been cool.
like replace this one, because like Momo's is fucking nice. Like, man, that thing was pristine, and like my dad and my fucking uncle played with that when they were kids, and like we
Damn.
had that. Yeah,
That's how
like,
old
there's
that
an
thing is.
old fucking toy, and I was like, man, I wanted to grab it and bring it to Natsuo.
Yeah, they probably would have appreciated that one though.
Yeah, I was.
The way they shuffle everything around every day. They could put something. Shit, they probably would have kept both of them. Need to go back to that place, take another trip.
Take another trip.
Yeah, what's that song? Cisco? No, not Cisco Kid. That
Yeah, we need to hit size meat.
Yeah, have they added anything new? I've been seeing a lot of ads about it. I'm pretty sure they got a lot of new stuff.
Oh, I mean, shit, we went, what, 2-3 years ago?
Something like that. It's been
when it first opened.
it's been a minute.
We went the opening weekend.
I mean, I'd be down to go again because I've been looking at it. I'm like, yeah, man, we haven't been in a long time. I'd be down to hit that place up and see what kind of either new attractions they've added or if just like jumping at what you call it again that had you could actually climb in it.
Fucking paracord web.
Yeah, that thing, whatever the hell it was.
So for anyone listening, if you haven't been to Seismic in Houston, you should really go.
That was a great ad. It's a great ad. Really made
I know, right?
motivated to go to Seismic.
Well, I'm not being paid, so I'll be as enthusiastic as I can.
So I'm not being paid. Next thing you know,
It's the
Seismic.
dopest fucking shit, though. It's like a interactive art museum. Everything that's there you can touch. You can interact with.
Yeah, this cigar, even
And
though the
there's
leaves
this-
have fallen off, is so packed that it's not
It's
losing
not dying.
its draw.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been trying to hang on to those leaves for the longest time. I took them off and I took a draw. And I was like, holy shit,
Still draws.
it draws good.
Let me take a whiffy
Like, absolutely fucking not, man.
of this cigar. I feel like Tony Montana. To get sidetracked for the umpteenth fucking time. I was watching Scarface earlier today.
You already know it's going to be fun to go back and put timestamps on this shit.
He's already got. Well, he's got fucking Tony Montana's got cigars like all the fucking time.
Wait, what? Who? Hey, you get to take your draw there. see the breaks in this whenever we had the camera set up. It's gonna be. I could put it like focus on you, where you're just over there fucking
doing stupid shit.
doing stupid shit. And people are like, well, why is there a break in the action here? It's like, well, this man was about to recite all of William Shatner's rendition of Rocket Man.
Rocket Man.
Took that breath. She packed my bags last night. 0 hour.
Tony Montana's always got a fucking cigar in his fucking mouth. But seismic, yeah. There's this giant fucking paracord, like web.
Ball sack.
Giant
paracord ball sack.
There's this, man,
That's
it's
what
like
it
a
is.
jungle gym that's... It's basically like Discovery Zone, just in like encapsulated into like one thing without a ball pit or a slide.
I wanna. Do they have any?
Climbing through that thing is so fucking...
It is.
Like, it's just awesome.
It is.
And...
But do they have any adult ball pits around here? Because I kind of want to hit an adult ball pit.
An adult ball
Not
pit.
now, obviously, but...
I mean, it's only 10 o'clock.
I mean, could definitely take a quick trip to an adult ball pit. Hell, we can go to fucking, one of those jump places around here.
I don't have socks on. We can't do that right now.
You can't jump on those with socks?
I don't have socks on. Right
Oh,
now.
you have to have socks on.
I'm almost certain.
Probably so. I mean, shit, I have plenty of socks.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean...
Not ball pits?
The ball pits.
But the piece at seismic. I hope that never goes away. That to me is like the best part.
That one's pretty resilient and strong. Whoever made that, they had a great idea, and they made sure that shit was gonna last. Because I still see ads with people jumping on the things outside and swinging on them and stuff, and I'm like, damn. Because I believe it's like steel cable or something like that.
Well, that's what's holding it up, but the whole thing is made out of paracord.
That's some good paracord.
That thing is amazing. There's that little cubby hole off to the side.
Think it was all made in China? Because if it is, I ain't getting back on it. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't give a shit if something's made in China or not.
Do you think the Bud Light outrage?
Oh, the Bud Light outrage. The Bud Light outrage.
Let's hit a hot topic a week later.
Yeah. The Bud Light outrage to me is funny because, one, I always talk about how shit Bud Light is. But, that's like one of the most drunk beers in America. And
yeah, it's like...
And apparently the higher-ups at Bud Light didn't know this was happening, apparently, which is...
that people were not drinking their shit, or like they didn't
Well,
know
no,
they didn't know that like the
trans,
outrage and like...
They didn't know the trans ad was happening.
Wait, so you're telling me the upper echelons of
Apparently
Bud Light
so.
had no idea that the trans woman was stuck on a can?
Apparently so.
They
didn't know that was going to be the marketing. And...
Do you think that's just them?
I'm trying to like we
saving,
we
like,
didn't know. Yeah.
Do you think that's just them like oh fuck, it backfired?
Yeah, kinda. I mean, if
the people that drink our shit beat up the people that we put on the can.
I said,
what do we all know?
Yeah, exactly.
What do we do?
I think they've lost about $5 billion just from that ad. But
I feel like it's funny that like they're mad. I feel like, if anything, they should be mad that somebody that has only been fully transitioned for a year is put on a can. I feel like they should...
Absolutely. That is true.
Like, there's people that have put up with a lot of shit.
More deserving.
Yeah, way more deserving to be put on, like... Because it was, 365 days
I don't know.
Like being a woman or something.
So, yeah, that's what it was.
And I don't know if it was like specifically celebrating like a full and see that's I guess without knowing like the full extent. Like if it's celebrating,
Being a woman.
I guess like your first year of transitioned life. I don't know. If they're trying to specifically celebrate
shit, they could have
some
put
sort of trans.
Caitlyn Jenner on this shit.
If they're trying to put some
it
sort
might
of,
have gone better.
I mean, yeah. See, that's like that's what's weird. Like, what was Bud Light trying to do? And if they were trying to go for like trans inclusion or like awareness or something like that, I feel like there's definitely people that are like more deserving of that.
Oh, definitely.
But like,
definitely,
if they're just trying to go for some sort of like LGBTQ angle, like you're really out of touch with your consumer base if you thought that wasn't gonna fucking like, not go
out
over.
Of tune with their consumer
like,
base.
Yo, bro.
Because not only do they have more deserving trans women, and they've never really
like
done
the
good
fact that they
before.
tried to like pass that one over.
Yeah, they never really had any. I've
sure,
seen this.
You had like, you guys, you ever like been to a bar? You ever see the people that drink your shit?
Yeah.
I don't think you have.
No, but they also, and I saw this argument too, from a guy that they never actually put a woman on Bud Light, and when they did, they actually had downgraded her pay because she got pregnant, so they paid her less.
So wait, she was pregnant on the can?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say.
I don't know if they put her on the can, but they probably did it then. But apparently, she was supposed to be on the can or a spokesperson.
Oh, you know what? We have supercomputers. Let's do what podcasters do.
Exactly.
And look
it up on your phone. But so her pay got downgraded because she got pregnant or something like that. And this is what I've heard. I didn't really look too much into that one, but you always have different sides of this shit. So obviously, women are gonna be mad because they went with a trans woman instead of actually really fully representing women first off, and then you have a trans woman on it who probably doesn't even really give a shit. It's just that she's probably disrupting what would people call cis males nowadays and their enjoyment of Bud Light. But obviously, you don't really interrupt these people's enjoyment of Bud Light because they can jump ship to another beer. It's like, I don't know if you like. There's people that feel good about interrupting things, interrupting people's norms, and a lot of people will just jump into something else. And then, but there are those people that'll be like, Bud Light, what are you doing? I drink you every day.
I drink you every day.
I can't stand this. I can't drink anything else. But there's plenty of people that are going to do that. And there's plenty of people that are just going to jump ship to another brand. There's plenty of people like me who don't even fucking drink Bud Light. So it doesn't really do all too much. If you look at it like that, you're only affecting maybe a third of your consumer base. Well, you're affecting 2/3.
I was going to say, yeah.
But, you know,
that
one of the thirds is only going for something else. That was my whole
thing with it was, I didn't know what they were trying to do. Like, I didn't get that as like a as like a move to make as like a company. Like,
it was a terrible move to make as a company.
It seems like I mean, I get what you're trying to, I guess, do, like inclusion wise, but it feels like the whole being out of touch with your consumer base. Like, it's just like it seems like an unnecessary move that ultimately costs you money. But
and
I mean, it's like the people it's like the people that are jumping ship are like, just brain dead fucking morons. I mean, they're drinking Bud Light. They're drinking like they're like.
It's not like it's good.
They're that mad. No, I'm not gonna drink your Bud Light.
You gotta drink you fucking Michelob, Busch, Keystone. They'll go drink something else if they really want to. And like I said, I think I want to say they lost $5 billion.
But that really shocked me. I was just like, that seems like an unnecessary thing to do.
It really was. But
hey, that's why I don't own the company.
$6 billion. 6 billion. That's 23 hours ago. $6 billion in market cap. They've lost $6 billion because they put a trans. I don't even know if that's an activist or whatever, but it's just a somebody who's been trans for a year on their can. So it's like, I mean, that's a big gamble. That's a big gamble. And that's not even actually. You can't even say that's a gamble. They knew they were gonna lose that money. Whoever saw that had to know that money was gonna be lost. And you can try to include other.
What if they're just ousting people that drink shitty beer as shitty human beings?
I mean, no.
It's like, oh,
that'd definitely be the way to go about
you
it.
drink piss water, you might be a terrible person.
Yeah, but then you just go to Michelob and it's not even any better. I'd probably drink a Bud Light before I drank a Michelob.
I wouldn't drink anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't drink either one of those, but yeah.
I've been forced one time. This was like, I think I had been drinking for maybe 2 or 3 years at this point. Oh no, I guess I was living in Austin. So I had been drinking for about 4 years. I had come back home to visit some friends, and we were at a party. And ever since I first started drinking, like when I went to parties, I would go buy like a 6-pack of like whatever like weird shit Shiner was fucking around with at the time.
Hell yeah.
And I would bring that, and like nobody else would fucking like
drink shit.
Nobody else liked shit that I liked. So I would purposely buy like shit that I like. I knew that like I would drink, and then like I would share like a little bit with like one person, one person like.
That
but
might
like
want some of it.
when my beer was out, it was out, and like if I brought like 2 6-packs and I was like sharing and stuff, like when what I like to drink ran out, I was done.
That
drinking.
was it. You were done drinking.
But I was fucking
I did
running
the
the beer pong table one night, and somebody played with fucking Bud Light, and my partner and I wound up like getting our fucking asses smoked after having like a good run. Like these fucking beer pong fucking nerds, those fucking motherfuckers that are always playing.
Yeah, I used to be like
came up and fucking smoked us. And I had to drink like a full fucking cup of Bud Light, and I was like, you know what? I'm not drinking this. And they were like, no, you have to. And I was like, I don't have to do shit. I was like, if I drink this, I'm going to throw up. I'm not drinking this. And they were like, no, you have to. You have to.
Yeah.
And I was like, you fucks, whatever.
I remember.
And I fucking chugged it. And like as soon as I finished it, I was like, well, I'm going to the kitchen, and I walked right into the kitchen, and I just I went right to the sink, and I just fucking, it all came up.
I had a party I went to like that some years ago with one of my friends, and we brought I think 2 packs of Miller High Life, and Miller High Life is a great drinkable full body cheap beer, and it's completely different than getting shit like Keystone or Bush or whatever the fuck. Like, Miller High Life is leagues above that. But I remember we went in there, and they had about 3-4 beer pong tables, and we ran one the whole night. And so we just kept winning. We won like 8 games in a row. And we were out of beer because people kept drinking our beer because we kept winning. We didn't get to drink much of it. Like, we had games where they didn't even sink any of our cups. And I remember we finally got beat on the table, and it was like when we ran out of beer, and we were like, hey, we got no beer anyways, we got to drink something around here. And I remember I remember we were just chilling because we didn't have any beer. We weren't going to hop on the table because we didn't have any beer. And I walked up, I was like, I'll be right back, I'm going to go celebrity shot. And I walked up to this table, and it was a well-dressed man and woman, and we were outside in like somebody's fucking. They had a nice walled-in front yard. It wasn't like a shit party or nothing. It was fucking. They had a DJ. It was cool. But I remember I was like, all right, hey, you mind if I celebrity shot? And they were like, yeah, no, you go ahead. But if they make one, if you miss and they make one, you have to drink this. And they gave me the cup. They just gave me a cup of.
It has liquid LSD.
No. Oh, so what? Yeah, what happened? No, thankfully it wasn't that. So what they did was, they pointed at what they had. They were playing shot pong with Jameson.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
And so I was like,
my God, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
No, so I go up there and they're like, all right,
Ugh.
but you're gonna have to drink this if you don't make it and they make one. And I was like, all right, cool. So
Whatever you say, boss.
I saw that and I was like, you guys are playing with Jameson? And I was like, all right. They gave me the ball and I tossed it within like about 5 seconds. I just sunk it. And I was like, but I'll go ahead and drink one anyways. And I took that shot and I was like, I'm not playing in this game anymore.
I'll make one and drink one.
Yeah, I made it and I drunk one.
It's like the equivalent of just like trading a 3.
Yeah.
While someone's hands are up. It's like grabbing her by the shirt. Like,
Yeah.
Look a little
Some
bitch.
Michael Jordan type shit.
Look at this bitch.
No, I was like, I went in and took one. But then after that, we just kind of hung around. And I think when we were about to, we walked to my truck to grab, my belt buckle had broken. One of my favorite belt buckles had broken.
One of my belt buckles broke.
Yeah, one of my belt buckles broke when I bent down to pick up one of the balls. And I had another one in the truck, so we went to go change it out. And while we were walking back, I gave him like one of those party streamer things. I was like, yeah, we'll just pop this when we get back. You know, when you pull the cords, it's like poof, and these fucking streamers come out. While we were walking back, the party got shut down. I mean, we were only a couple of cars outside the driveway, but it got shut down. So it was like, all right, well, guess we're going home then. But that was a fun party too. But that was my winning beer pong story. Huh?
I said I didn't really ever go to parties like that.
I got invited to quite a few when I was about 21.
The biggest party I went to was this one that we just so happened to come across. I took a road trip with some friends to Austin one time because I wanted a Slurpee. And there was no 7-Elevens in Houston at the time.
Wait, hold on, what?
Yeah, okay,
You went to Austin for a Slurpee?
For a Slurpee. So when Killzone 3 was out,
oh hell yeah,
there was a special Killzone flavor Slurpee.
What?
And I fucking love Killzone, and I was like, oh my God. And I read like the flavor rundown, and I was like, that sounds delicious. And I was at work, and like I saw it when I got to the office. This was when I was working my office job. I had seen it when I got to the office, and I was having my coffee, and like that's all I could think about all day. And as soon as I got off work, I went over to my friend's house, and I was like, hey, I'll pay for all the gas, but you guys want to go to Austin? And they were like, what the fuck is in Austin? And I was like, well, there's this flavor of Slurpee that's out for Killzone, and it's only at 7-Eleven, and there's no 7-Elevens in Houston. I was like, we can go to Dallas or Austin, and I'd rather go to Austin. Yeah, and they laughed, and they were like, are you fucking serious? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I'll pay for all the gas and stuff. I was like y'all can get like your like food and shit, but I was like, I'll pay for all the gas on the way there and back. And they were like, yeah, let's fucking do it. And so we went to Austin, and they had found somebody to get bud from, and when they were doing that, they had pointed us in the direction of just like going towards UT campus, because there was a bunch of fucking parties going on that weekend at like all the houses, at like all the
just like get bud smoke. There's a good spot over here.
So we went to like this one party in this like fucking like we went to a couple of parties in like these different co-ops. Some dude got naked and jumped in the pool, just like swimming around. Everybody was like smoking and drinking. We went to this one, and we smelled somebody smoking crack.
Oh,
like
gosh.
All the sketchy people like went upstairs, and then like cause like the bathroom was like straight upstairs and like straight ahead. So like you literally just like walk up the stairs and you come to like this like mini landing, and there's a couple of doors to the left. And then, like, the door, like, is at, like, the top of the stairs to the bathroom. And a couple, like, these sketchy people, like, go upstairs and, like, went in, like, one of the left doors. And then, like, all of a sudden, you could just, like, smell fucking crack, bro. Fucking reeked.
God, I've never smelled crack.
And that fucking place was packed. Like, you had to, like, swim with your fucking shoulders and elbows.
You gotta throw them bows.
Yeah, throwing bows.
Get the crowd.
Bows. That's, like, probably the biggest party I didn't really go to big ass. Like, I've heard so many, like, all my friends tons of stories about these crazy, wild, big-ass house parties. And, like, we grew up where there was a bunch of fucking country roads. So, like, people would have fucking country-ass road fucking house party.
yeah.
Tons of people.
Hell
and
yeah.
I was like, damn, that's fucking crazy.
I got
was
invited
like,
to a couple.
biggest house parties I had ever been to were, like, fucking 30, 40 people. Maybe 50 max. Like, you know, a lot of people. But, like, I've heard stories of, like, hundreds of people just being at, like, this fucking house out.
You know, I once went to a house party.
Like, oh, shit.
Where we actually got a gun pulled out on us.
What the fuck?
And, you know, I didn't...
By an authority figure or by, like, one of, like, some drunk party
No, by the dude throwing the party.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So this is one I
Get out of my house.
I won't... No, so I won't pull out names for this. And, because I didn't even know what the fuck was going on. Like, you know, we were in a party. It was a cool party.
Was he fucked up?
We were all chilling. I guess so, man. I guess so. I mean, I heard he did drugs and sold drugs at the time. I don't know, you know.
Actual drugs?
Yeah, actual drugs. And I remember, we went outside and we were chilling. I didn't drive or nothing. I rode with some friends. But, you know, it was a cool house party. It was like about 5 of us that rolled up to that party, and it was going great. It was a great party. I mean, I just stayed in the kitchen. Drank Jello shots. I didn't go out and mingle or nothing. Back then, I didn't fucking talk to people. I went with my friends, and it was like, yeah, cool party. And then we went outside, and I think we were talking about if we were gonna, you know, go somewhere else or stay back in. And apparently, old dude came out with a fucking rifle.
Jesus.
And he was, yeah, you guys either gotta go. No, he was like, you guys gotta get out of here. You guys gotta get the fuck out of here. And I was just like, all right, cool. You know, fuck it, we'll just leave. And all my other friends, they were like, "Yo, what the fuck? No, I mean, we're good. We're just chilling out here right now. You know,
chilling, Brad. We're gonna risk you shooting us. We just want to hang out at the party."
Yeah, it's one of those times where you just step out because you know there's a lot of people inside. Everybody wants to take a breather, just talk about what's going on. Dude came out with a gun.
Yo, Janie's got a gun right now, and he's not fucking around.
Yeah, and so, you know, it was like, all right, yeah, I mean, fuck it, we just get out of here. And then dude's dad comes outside, because dad was cool. He was one letting him throw the party. And he was over here like, hey, you guys are good. Don't worry about it. You know, blah, blah, blah. And we were just like, oh, no, man, it's good. We'll get out of here, you know. I didn't know what the dude was coming outside waving a gun at us. At the time.
Oh, you just thought it was like time to go.
I thought he was coming out yelling at us because we kind of left and went to the front yard.
Oh.
And we were just kind of talking.
So you were completely oblivious.
I was oblivious to the fact that there was a gun being.
He had a gun.
Yeah, a gun being waved at us.
Oh yeah, no, it's cool, man. We came out to the front yard and we were being a little loud.
And we weren't.
It's okay, I get it.
We weren't. We were chilling. We weren't even.
Oh man, hey, yo, he's got a gun.
Yeah.
He's got a gun.
We were just chilling outside, and yeah, I didn't know there was a gun being waved around. Because I didn't pay any attention to it. I was like, we're good, you know, we'll just fucking hang.
Just listening to music, drinking beer.
We didn't. We weren't doing anything. We walked outside and we were talking. We weren't loud or nothing. But I guess it's the fact that we were seen outside out front. He might have thought, you know,
keep the party in the back.
Something else was going on. You know, somebody was pulling up.
Our parties are like mullets out here.
Yeah, and so, yeah, no, we dipped at that. You know, they were like, and like I said, dude's dad came out, oh, you guys are good, blah, blah,
and
blah.
And then you found out that he was...
Somebody told me that, like, later on. I think even, like a year or so later.
Oh, I thought we just got kicked out because...
Yeah, I thought...
We were in the front yard.
I didn't know it was good, because we weren't loud or nothing. We were just talking, like, normal, out on the street. And he just came out, and I was like, okay, so, you know... We were pretty much, I guess that's why they were like, yeah, we're done. Because I was like, I mean, we can go home right now. Like, you know, I don't really care. And then I guess that's why my friends, they were more in a hurry to leave. Or not hurry to leave, but they were like, yeah, no, we'll just get out of here. And I was like, all right, cool. But that was an interesting party. I want to say it's happened another time, but I can't remember.
That's fucking hilarious.
It was very funny to, like, whenever somebody like a year or so later,
they just wanted us to split because we fucking went where we were
because
supposed to.
I thought
I get it.
Yeah, I thought just because we weren't like in the party.
Homeboy was fucking coming to the front yard with a rifle.
Yeah, oh yeah, probably might have been drunk or whatever the fuck, but you know, he thought we were, I don't know, doing something
That's
else.
fucking funny.
It's like, get the fuck out of here. And you know, we knew him, we were all cool with him, but I don't think he knew like who it was us and what we were doing. You know, just that they're talking, and I thought he thought we were someone else, and he was just like, "Hey, get the fuck out of here." And we were like, "Yeah, fuck it, we'll get the fuck out of here." I mean, but it was a cool party. It was a cool party.
I have a dope. One of my favorite pictures I've ever shot in my entire life came from a house party, but the only copy of the photo, like I never printed it, but I put it on my Zune.
You Zune?
My Zune.
Holy shit.
But I think I don't know if the hard drive's fried or if it's just like dead and it needs like a.
Hell, if you plug up the power, it should be able to still do
it
something.
doesn't.
But
It doesn't charge or turn on or anything.
if it might be damaged on the what you call it?
Because I used to fucking
Converter
zap
maybe or
it all the
something.
time with static discharge. Like
you probably fried that
I'd
shit. Then.
fucking walk by it and like cause like I used it all the time when I worked in the office. But there was fucking carpet everywhere, and like I'd come back to it and like
just zap it.
I touched it and like it fucking shocked me like one time.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, fuck.
Those devices then they didn't have good shielding, so
it's
you
probably
fried it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
I had a hard drive that I shot
The
with
greatest
BBs.
picture I've ever taken no longer exists.
That sucks.
Yeah, that sucks hard.
'Cause
Also, my high score on Hexic, man. I fucking used to play the shit out of Hexic, dude. I fucking love my Zune.
I had a hard drive that I was gonna.
The Zune's better than the iPod.
I heard Zune was always a good choice. It's just that people back then, I mean, they still do it, but back then they especially went for brand name Apple stuff. I mean, I remember having an iPod, and I thought about getting a Zune.
I thought the Zune was way better than the
And
iPod.
I've actually thought about getting a Walkman recently because I hear the audio quality is fucking
Yeah,
godlike.
I used to have a Walkman phone. Like when I
Oh shit.
like back, yeah, man. I used to be like super hardcore, like fucking jerk off to fucking cell phones. Like I was like I knew like all these fucking like I knew everything about fucking cell phones.
You know the only phone.
And one of my favorite ones was my Walkman phone. And man, the sound quality on that thing was fucking absurd.
The only phone I ever really, I can't say I regret not getting it because I didn't have money at the time. I was in like fucking middle school. Was the Nokia that was like the fucking gaming portable?
Oh, the Engage?
Yeah, the Engage. That shit was like cool. And I remember
one of those.
I went.
It's fucking terrible, man.
Is it?
It's a fucking pile of
It's a piece of shit?
shit, bro.
I remember.
Oh, it's not just a piece. It's the entire pile, bro.
I remember.
The Engage is fucking ass. I think he still has it.
I remember.
Next time we're in Discord, I'll ask him. It's Chris. I'll be like, yo, dude, you still got that fucking Engage? Because he had it for the longest time, man.
No, I remember going to like I forget, it was a festival. Remember when you used to go like as a kids, we had these festivals, and they just had all the vendors and stuff and all this crazy stuff. Like it's kind of like if you go to rodeo, they got the T-Mobile fucking buildings and stuff like that. Now trying to sell T-Mobile phones, and back then Nokia had one, and they had like the Engage. And I remember we walked through it.
And all their crazy, wacky, zany phones.
Yeah, because they had all the crazy stuff back then. I remember we walked through it, and I was like, I wanted that. I told my dad I wanted one, and I think he
had the dopest shit,
said
man.
we get one, and I never got one.
I was fucking pre-coming when we saw them old phones in fucking Thailand.
Oh yeah,
I really wanted to hold. I really wanted to like ask to like fucking hold those.
You should have just bought one for no reason. The cheapest fuck probably, weren't they?
I don't know. I didn't look.
Because I remember.
I mean, I've already got that fucking Matrix phone.
Wait, so okay, so what was your first phone?
My very first phone was a Samsung like SGH something. It was a flip phone. It was a little silver flip phone.
My first phone was actually, I believe, my uncle's old phone. Whenever I think he was still living here at the time. But whenever he moved to Texas, I think my dad helped him out or something like that. Maybe. I don't want to say he did. He probably didn't. But well, no, he did. He lived with us and shit. But anyways, he had a Motorola with the fucking the walkie-talkie on it.
Oh man.
So that was my first phone, but it didn't actually work. He didn't get it turned on. So I just got to play like shit games on it. And that was good enough for me. And I remember it actually disappeared one day. And I think this is fourth grade. I remember this because I kept getting sent to ISS by my teacher for no fucking reason. And I remember some fucking kid in ISS. We had cubicles, you know. They're like, we got to keep these fucking delinquents separated or some shit.
We gotta keep these delinquents.
We got to keep these animals in line. But I remember some kid getting up and he walked towards the backpacks. I'm pretty sure he went in my backpack and grabbed the phone out because I remember watching him walk up there.
The SGH E315. That was my.
Holy shit, that thing's old as hell.
Yeah, that was my.
Pull up the antenna on that bad boy.
Shut up, motherfucker.
But I remember he walked back and he was trying to avoid. He looked like he was guilty. Like he walked kind of stiff. But then after that, I didn't see that phone in my backpack again. So I was like, I'm pretty sure he went in there. Because I know prior to that, the phone had fallen in the bottom of my backpack. And it was a see-through backpack. So I'm pretty sure he saw it and he fucking went and lifted it. I didn't belong in there, man. I didn't belong with those animals.
I didn't belong with those animals.
I just couldn't see the moon right. Seriously, I got in trouble in fourth grade because I wrote... We had to do daily assignments on what the moon looked like, and I remember
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, you know, you had all your classes or your subjects in one class pretty much. So you were getting taught English, math, science, and whatever the fuck from one teacher. And yeah, we had that assignment to write what we saw the moon as on a certain day, like crescent moon, fucking waning moon, waxing moon, full moons, all new moons, all that shit. And I remember writing that I saw like the craters and the darker trenches. I think this is where my eyesight went to shit. And I got in trouble for that. The teacher was like, "Is this what you see? Is this what you think you see?" And I was like, "Yeah."
It's not what I think, bitch. It's what I actually see.
It's what I see. And I got sent to ISS multiple times in fourth grade. The first half of it. Oh damn! What the fuck? It's a Walkman phone. Yeah. I always wanted that Sony chocolate. Was it the Sony phone?
I think Samsung made
Samsung chocolate.
I think Samsung made the chocolate.
That was a nice phone too.
Nokia had that really cool one that was like a rotary. It was like a.
You could spin it on one axis.
Well, no, it didn't spin like that. It was like push buttons, but they were arranged in a circle like a rotary phone.
Oh, okay.
And it was like it had like a weird shape too. Like it wasn't like it was like rounded, like circular at the bottom, and then it came up, but it didn't come up and go into like a perfect square. It came up at like this weird like cartoonish angle. It was odd. And then they had that bar phone that was like this, but you flipped it this way.
I remember.
Did you remember that one?
I remember that one.
Where the QWERTY keyboard was like on, like split down the middle by the screen. That shit was fucking cool.
Yeah, I think my first working phone was like a singular prepaid phone. I don't remember what the hell model it was, but it was a singular phone, and they got bought out by who was it? AT&T.
Who?
Singular.
Yeah.
They got bought out by AT&T while I had that phone actually too. So.
A little orange guy.
Yeah, the fucking orange splat, the Nickelodeon wannabe.
Yeah. Well. Let me put my glasses back on.
Yeah, you gotta be able to see or else you get sent to ISS.
I'm fucking around. Oh, we are at 3 hours.
3 hours and 2 minutes.
It is 10:30.
It is 10:30.
Well, I suppose we could wrap it up for now. We've been all over the fucking place.
Oh, yeah. Trying to put time.
This will probably be part 2.
Yeah.
We'll probably split this into like an hour and a half segments.
We'll probably find some place to do it and do a part 2 for the
This will definitely be the ending of like the first half.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably do a couple of things without the cameras.
I mean, we can. If anything, I could buy 1080p cameras for like, they're like 20 bucks.
I'll bring the cameras over.
But say 20 fucks a piece. $25 a piece. But yeah, I mean.
25 simoleons?
Yeah, 20.
No, we gotta start referring to money as simoleons. What the fuck?
Let's start talking about simoleons. Start speaking in some fucking gibberish language. bucket.
On the next episode. Dun, dun.
I was like, is that the ending?
Well, we don't have any like music or anything.
No, we don't.
I'm gonna find Monopoly money and like take it with me, like how I do like with like the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Just gonna carry Monopoly money with me and like seriously try to pay.
Pay
with
what?
something. With
Oh,
something.
for something.
Yeah.
I was like, huh?
I tried it when I was a kid with the ice cream man. I mean, he didn't think it was that funny.
And on that,
And
I guess we're gonna before Eric continues his story about getting beat up by the ice cream man as a kid, we're gonna go ahead and end here. And so this will be the second half of the pilot of the Whiskey and Root Beer podcast.
The end of part 2.
The end of part 2.